with a shot and he fills it. Martin on the backhand, he scores. Another shot and he scores. Gustav Stjernberg, Brody Waters tips it in for the Bowling Green goal. Back over the middle to the inside. What a save from Cole Moore. Oh, a mid-ice hit from Gustav Stjernberg, forcing the puck free. Brody Waters hat trick.
I don't believe it. The champagne is pouring in Bowling Green.
Welcome into the Wingleben Ice Arena here in Big Rapids, Michigan, the home of the Ferris State Bulldog hockey team, and Bowling Green will play them over the next 2 games in this CCHA regular season matchup. A very important one for the Falcons to be able to take 6 points in. It'll be pretty promising for Bowling Green if they can, currently sitting tied for 3rd in the CCHA standings and holding on to their home playoff game as of right now. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network, again in Wingleben Ice Arena in Big Rapids, Michigan. For all BGSU sports news and updates, including everything BGSU hockey, go to bgfalconmedia.com or BG_FMSN on Twitter, and go to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel for our video content, as well as a rebroadcast of past hockey events and all other Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts, including this time of year men's and women's basketball and hockey, of course. Ferris State is the competition for Bowling Green this weekend. 6-14-2, 5-9 in the CCHA. Able to take some good wins in the CCHA and outside, but overall just not a great team. Probably a bottom 3 team in the CCHA, as they currently sit at second to last in the conference as well, only ahead of Northern Michigan. They split with Bemidji State, Lake Superior State, Augustana, and they swept Northern Michigan, who you can expect that a lot of teams in the CCHA would beat, except for Minnesota State, if you know that Northern Michigan did beat Minnesota State, the number 1 seed in the CCHA last week. But Ferris State did take wins against Bemidji State, who we know is not a bad team, Lake Superior State, who's one of the highest scoring teams in the CCHA, and Augustana, who's currently the number 2 team in the CCHA and quite a force to be reckoned with in the conference for all opponents, much less Ferris State. They play 4 of the top 5 teams in the last 6 matchups of their season. That includes Bowling Green, Minnesota State, Lake Superior State, and Michigan Tech, also adding Bemidji in that order as well. And as we know, Bemidji not in that top 5, one of those top 5 spots, but still a formidable team to be playing. So it's a hard schedule the rest of the way for Ferris State. And Bob Daniels, who is their head coach in his final season of coaching Ferris State hockey, he is the winningest Ferris State head coach ever across any sport. 36 years of coaching, will retire after this season, officially May 31st, depending on how far Ferris State goes. His assistant, Drew Familek, has been here for 32 years. His other assistant, Mark Kaufman, has been here for 21 years. His other assistant, Dave Kenser, has been here for 19 years, meaning that all 3 BGSU coaches were still players within 2 years of when that entire FSU coaching staff was together. And in fact, assistant coach Stavros Paskaris for Bowling Green was a player while that entire head coaching crew was together. Pretty successful crew as well. Bob Daniels will retire after this year. Who knows what's going to happen to Familek, Kaufman, and Kenser, but it's an experienced bench head for Ferris State this season as well, who hasn't had a great season, but you know, a lot of those wins are due greatly to how Bob Daniels coaches his team. One of the major flaws in Ferris State's game is their goaltending. Noah West is probably the best that they have. 20 games started. He's 6-11-2 with a 3.2 goals allowed on average and a sub-900 save percentage. So even he hasn't been great, and he's been the best that they have. He's given up the most. The Ferris State Bulldogs have given up the most goals in the CCHA. They have the worst save percentage in the CCHA and the second worst margin of victory with a negative 1.5, second only to Northern Michigan, who is in that final spot. They're also the worst blocking team in the CCHA, so it's bad enough that you don't have the best goaltending in the world, but it is also a problem that you really don't get on your knees in front of the goaltender either and try and stop as many shots as you can. In addition to that, they also have the worst penalty kill in the CCHA and the second worst power play in the CCHA, only behind Northern Michigan. In fact, earlier in the season against Bowling Green, They scored their first power play goal of the season, and they were 0 for 22 up until that point. It was pretty deep into their season. The 10th game of the season against Bowling Green, that was when they scored their first power play goal. It hasn't got a whole lot better since. They've also scored three shorthanded goals. That's second in CCHA, but that shows that they're undisciplined. They're out of position a lot of the time and really struggle to hold the puck in the zone on the power play and keep it inside the blue line. So that's something to look for in today's game, is for Bowling Green to be quite effective on the power play and the penalty kill as well, considering Ferris State has the second worst power play in the CCHA. Not great offensively, as we see on that power play. Only 3 players with 10-plus points. Caden Galt is one of them. He's got 8 goals, the leading goal scorer of the team, with 4 assists as well. 4 game-winning goals, 1 game-tying goal, and the most shots on goal of any player, or any forward, I should say, for the Bulldogs. He's followed up narrowly by Cole Birch, who's got 4 goals and 9 assists. Actually has 1 more point than Caden Galt. He's a redshirt sophomore and a +1 rating, one of the highest on Ferris State. 2 other main forwards, Gavin Best and Tyler Schlepp, both juniors. Best with 5 goals, 5 assists. Schlepp with 7 goals, 2 assists, and a game winner for him. Gavin Best also has a +1 rating. Best is the first wing left winger today. Tyler Schlepp is the second line centerman. Caden Galt being the second line left winger, and Cole Birch being the first line center. So looking at those centers and left wingers, those are the most impactful players on the offensive side of the ice. And the defensive side of the ice is probably their strongest point, but hasn't really played that great this season. Nico DeVita being one, the senior and an alternate captain as well, is a +4 rating. Good things seem to happen when he's on the ice. He's on the line with Travis Shouty today, who's been decent but slightly disappointing this season. 21 points last season in total. He's only got 8 so far this year, 3 goals, 5 assists in his 22 games played. So he's got time to make up for it, but he hasn't been as great this year. He is the captain, however, and he and DeVita are the main line of defensemen for Ferris State. Freshman defenseman Logan Hero has been probably the most outstanding freshman of any of this Bulldog team. 2 goals, 6 assists, the highest scoring defenseman on the team, and one of the better ratings as well, with a flat 0, but a lot of the Ferris State Bulldogs have a negative rating. And then a player that I was quite impressed with the last time that the Falcons played the Bulldogs was Xavier Jean-Louis, one of the best names that I've ever heard in the game of hockey, out of Montreal, Quebec. A 6'4" junior, 209 pounds as well, a transfer from Alaska Fairbanks. Hasn't scored a whole lot this season, only 2 goals and 2 assists. Didn't score at all against Bowling Green, but he's a high-energy player and a physical instigator. He likes to hit a lot, quite comparable to how our Gustav Sternberg plays with the physicality. He does get a decent amount of penalty minutes as well. Just looking at the list right now, he's got 5 penalties for 10 total minutes, so not too many, but he does tend to draw penalties. He does tend to be put in the box, as he did against Bowling Green earlier in the season. And as we mentioned, coached by Bob Daniels as the head coach, Drew Familek, Mark Kaufman, and Dave Kenser. That's the head coaching and most of the lineup for Ferris State. Gavin Best, Cole Birch, and Holden Dole will be the first line. Caden Galt, Tyler Schlepp, and Caleb Ergang will be the second line. Connor Brown, Zach Fairmouth, and Jack Silich will be the third line. Connor McGrath, Nick Nardicia, and Matt Corbet will be the fourth line of forwards today. The least scoring line being the third of Connor Brown, Fairmouth, and Silich. Only 4 points, 1 goal, and 3 assists between those 3 players. On the defensive end, Travis Shouty, Nico DeVita, the first line, a captain and an alternate. Xavier Jean-Louis and Logan Haru, more of an aggressive, physical line, 6'2" and 6'4" respectively. That's the second line of defensemen, and Andrew Noel and Trevor Tollian will be the third, with Christopher Lai being the extra skater today. And the goaltender, Noah West, 3.2 goals allowed on average and a sub-900 save percentage, certainly beatable for the Falcons today. So switching over to Bowling Green, the Bemidji State Series is one that you would like to forget, although Bowling Green played well for the vast majority of it. It was inside the last 3 minutes of both games that the Falcons really struggled. 6 on 5 was 3 of the goals scored in that series. And in this series, 7 goals total were scored by the Beavers. 2 were on the power play, 3 were with extra skater. That means there was only 2 true even strength goals for the Beavers in that series against Bowling Green, and the Falcons also blew a 3-2 lead in the first game that they ended up being forced in overtime with Bemidji and ended up winning. But in the second game, they had a 3-0 lead in the second that they ended up blowing 3-2 heading into the third. And then they also had a 4-2 lead going into the final 3 minutes, in which, with the empty net, Bemidji scored 2 goals, took it all the way to a shootout, and beat Christian Stover in the shootout, although he played great last weekend. He's going to get the start again today for the Falcons. He was standing on his head all weekend. The stats are a little bit higher for him now, but he was absolutely fantastic against Bemidji last weekend, and the way he's been playing, he's the hottest player out there, as the student section in the Slater Family Ice Arena has said. Caution hot stove. Stove has been hot lately, and we're looking for him to continue that hot stretch lately. The players that stood out to me in the last series, Jaden Grant played great. Phenomenal shifts, great on the penalty kill, and he played on the overtime starter in both games. He had 3 assists in the first game. He was great in the face-off circles as well. Not a lot statistically to show for it in the second game, but he played great and was a mainstay for the Falcons, one of the keys to the Falcons being as good as they were in those 2 games against Bemidji State. He has only improved as the season has gone on, and another player that's only improved as the season has gone on, Ryan O'Hara, 3 goals and 1 assist against Bemidji State with an overtime game winner in the first game. He and Grant looked complimentary on the power play and the overtime, as they were staples on that as well. He's the hot offensive hand, as hot as Stover is in between the pipes for the Falcons. So you got to keep feeding Ryan O'Hara. He's going to get his now, and he's up to 6 goals and 13 assists with 19 total points. That's the most on the team, one of the most in the CCHA as well. And he has scored 6 goals in the last 5 games. He's been absolutely outstanding as of late. Gustav Stjernberg is another one on the BGSU hockey Instagram. He was our ringside rundown interview. He was Defensive Player of the Week last week, or Defenseman of the Week, I should say. 1 goal, 3 assists, the most points of any weekend in his career, the most points of any defenseman last weekend. The first Defenseman of the Week award he was given last weekend. He was locked down defensively. He was great offensively, as we see in that goal and 3 assists. He also has only had 1 penalty in the last 5 games. Knock on wood. Don't want to jinx it here, but Gustav Stjernberg has been fantastic as of late, and looking for him to continue his hot streak offensively and defensively as well. And another one, Owen Ozar, is the extra skater today as a forward. He had his first goal and point of the season in the last game against Bemidji State. Didn't produce much besides that, but had great physical shifts and earned his way back into the lineup, in my opinion. He is back in the lineup today. Willie, in his interview midweek interview, said, "I look at line success. I look to see who's driving the line," says Willie. Owen Ozar was definitely one of those players last weekend. Only 5'8", but he was a force out there to be reckoned with. So Owen Ozar looking as another player to take a glance at today. Brett Foe and Maxwell Martin sat out the last game, the second game against Bemidji State. They played in the first game but did not play very well. They were back in the lineup, both as left wingers today on the second and fourth line. Max Martin's on the fourth line. We're going to look for how they play today, because Foe has missed 3 games this season, mainly due to healthy scratches. Max Martin has missed a couple of games as well due to healthy scratches. They're 2 great players that are battling to keep their spot in the lineup, so we're going to be looking for good performances from them as well. As far as Pick the Stick goes today, Lucas Kleinmeyer, our sports director for the Falcon Media Sports Network, chose Ryan O'Hara. He said if Ryan O'Hara is available at his pick, he is never going to part ways with him ever again. And the way O'Hara's been playing lately, it's a very good pick for Lucas Kleinmeyer, who chose Ryan O'Hara. Tyler Kavalitz chose Christian Stover. He will start with 3 points and lose 1 every goal that he gives up. He says he thinks he's going to score a shutout today. So not only is Tyler going to try and win with Stover, his prediction is that Stover's not even going to give up a goal, and we're certainly hoping for Tyler to be accurate with that assessment. Nate Hinners, our board op today, chose Ethan Scardina as his pick, and I quite like that pick. 3 goals, 3 assists on the season as a captain, wins faceoffs, does a lot. He's playing on a line with Jackson Niedermeyer and Seth Fighton. Not a high scoring line, but he is the scorer on that line, so we'll see how well he can do. Scardina is always prone for a breakout game. He's quite a good player as the captain as well. And Scardina's a good pick by our guy back in the booth, Nate Hinders. Nate, thank you for board hopping today in the cooling center, I should say. And then my pick today, I'm going to go with Brody Waters. Normally I like to choose a player that's not one of the favorites to score a goal or an assist in the game. But Brody Waters, 11 goals, 5 assists. I think he's really going to do well against Noah West here today, who's not the greatest goaltender. He likes to spend a lot of time in front of the blue paint. And I think he's going to be able to fill 1, maybe 2 again today. He had a hat trick against Ferris State in the second game of the other series at home earlier in the season, the first hat trick of his career. All 3 goals were on the power play, looking for the power play, and Brody Waters to be outstanding today against Ferris State. So we will take a step back for the starting lineups and the national anthem. When we bring you back, we will read off the starting lineups, and we'll have a puck drop here in the Winklebin Ice Arena in Big Rapids, Michigan. Bowling Green Hockey versus Ferris State. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM.
You are listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. Ah, that's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. I had no idea how hard it would be and what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and ways for me to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics, but also information about the hurdles I was facing.
Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Everyone knows texting while driving is a recipe for disaster, but other forms of distract driving, like changing the radio station, putting on makeup, or talking with the passenger can be just as dangerous. This is Trooper Tony Shirley of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Bowling Green Post. Every time someone takes their eyes or focus off the road, even for just a few seconds, they put their life and the lives of others in danger. Distracted driving is unsafe and the consequences can be devastating. Help us drive to save lives, never drive distracted.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit managerbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
On December 23rd, Bowling Green Volleyball announced the hiring of Alex Del Piombo as the Falcons' new head coach following the departure of Daniela Tomic to Cincinnati after 13 years of service. Del Piombo initially joined the BGSU staff in 2016 as an assistant before being promoted to associate head coach in 2019. She becomes the 5th head coach in BGSU volleyball's varsity history, bringing a 186-91 overall record through 9 seasons as an assistant. The new coach will have to look for a whole new coaching staff, as associate head coach Allison Cook and director of volleyball operations Sean Drexel left BGSU to join Tomic's staff on January 14th, 2025. This has been 60 Seconds of Falcon Athletics.
You could listen to WBGU 88.1 FM, or you could be part of the action. Volunteer with WBGU FM in a variety of roles, including on-air, promotions, social media, music selection, and much more. Positions are always available to students and the local community. For more information, visit the WBGU Facebook page. Volunteer with Northwest Ohio's community radio station, WBGU 88.1 FM. The return to radio freedom.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now, it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU Student Media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The 165th all-time meeting between Bowling Green and Ferris State. This one occurring in the Wingleben Ice Arena here in Big Rapids, Michigan. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM. Bowling Green and Ferris State have their starting lineups in. Brett Foe, Ville Emanen, and Brody Waters, the starting lineup for Bowling Green. On the forward end, Dalton Norris and Gustav Stjernberg, the best line of defensemen starting for the Falcons on the defensive end. And Christian Stover, caution, hot stove between the pipes today for Bowling Green, looking for another outstanding performance today. Ferris State is starting their first line of forwards, Gavin Best, Cole Birch, and Holden Dole, with their defensemen Travis Schaude and Nico DeVita as a captain and alternate respectively. And Noah West, number 31, a transfer from Michigan, will spend his day between the pipes against Bowling Green. Face-off won by Ferris State, and this one goes quickly out of play and outside the bench with only a couple of seconds expired off the clock. Bowling Green sits at 11-7-3, 7-4-3 in the CCHA, while Ferris State is only 5-9 in the CCHA and 6-14-2 overall. So 5 more wins for Bowling Green overall, 2 more wins in the CCHA, but a couple of overtime efforts giving them quite a bit more points, and a 639 points percentage in the CCHA, which is good for tying Michigan Tech for third in points percentage in the conference. Currently sitting with a home playoff game that they played against Ferris State in 22-23. The last time they had a home playoff game, as this one's covered up by Noah West in front. He's shot there by Ivan Karodiak. Quick change now for the Falcons. Both sides will actually go for wholesale changes. Back out to the first line of Falcons, Ryan O'Hara, Ben Duran, and Adam Zonka. 34 total points scored on that line, 13 goals, 21 assists. Face-off won by Ben Duran at the point. Wozni back down to the left wing, shot over and kicked away by Noah West. Trying to get it back out to the blue line, passing it's a little bit long for him. Taking it up is Eargang. Eargang with a shot, and Stover shoulder saves that one, pushes it away is Wozni. Wozni on the left wing defense, over into the middle. Taken away is Ryan O'Hara. We got a whistle and a hand pass. I think it's going to be against O'Hara. And we are going to get a change for Ferris State, but nothing for Bowling Green as their line will stay out. Thankfully not a long shift for them. Still Duran, O'Hara, and Zonka. Tommy Pasnin and Ben Wozni, the blue liners for Bowling Green. Face off in their own zone. Zonka with the puck. Tries to get it behind the goal. He does, around to O'Hara on the left wing on the defensive end. O'Hara will try to bank pass it. It'll clear over to Noah West to avoid the icing. Oh, dangerous play there for West, who kicks it outside of play. Taking it all the way up is Jack Silich. Silich with the shot, and it's covered up by Christian Stover with the glove and dropped in front. 18:55 left to play in the first, and no score yet for either sides. 2 shots on goal for Ferris State. There's a couple have got there. None yet for Bowling Green. Faceoff's now tied to apiece. Karodiak with the puck now. Midseason signee, looks very good so far this season. Has not been on the roster and been scratched yet. And actually, Breck McKinley is the extra skating defenseman today, and Karodiak has taken his spot, so that's how valuable Willie is seeing Karodiak as a midseason signee. Lead pass up for Scardina. Scardina goes for a check, completes it, and Ardicia can't hold on, and it'll be an icing against Ferris State. The faceoff will go back into their zone, and the Falcons will complete a full change with 18:28 left to play in the first period. Christian Stover, not too little we can say about how great he's been this season. 6-0-2 his record with 177 goals allowed on average and a .947 save percentage. One of the top goaltenders in the NCAA, much less the CCHA, and one of the hottest players as well, both skating and not. Max Martin with a slap shot in wide left of the goal, so West sees it to the back wall. Emerson tries to dig it out from behind the goal line, takes it around, wrap over in front. Still trying to pound it home, not here. Sternberg with a shot, and it's wide left and high of the goal as West lets it go to the back wall. Now Sternberg will take this one up. Onsides is Martin. Martin tries to cross it into Sternberg. Sternberg back to Martin. Martin in front, shot in, and a score from Maxwell Martin in the middle between the wheels. And Bowling Green takes a 1-0 lead with 17:53 left to play in the first period. Max Martin scratched in the second Bemidji game. Plays in this game and quickly gets what is his 4th goal of the season and 6th point. Bowling Green up 1-0 with their second shot on goal. Unassisted goal for Max Martin as it was a rebound chance off of Noah West right in front. He'll get another goal, and the Falcons take a 1-0 lead, which is good for them. Sliding all the way in is Cole Birch, who stole this one away. Gavin Best taking it up, shot in front, and Stover with a good chest save. Knocks it over onto the left wheel and is taken away by Bowling Green. Ben Wozni takes it up through center. Senior passes it around to Waters. Waters is a little bit long for him. Icing will be the call against the Falcons, and it'll go all the way back into their zone. Time of the goal, 2:07. Quick goal for the Falcons. And again, unassisted, even strength goal for Bowling Green, who's had some scoring troubles so far this season, to say the least. Their defense has been one of the most impressive parts of their game. Gustav Sternberg being one of the main offenders to other team. 3 goals and 6 assists. Defenseman of the week, I should say, the last week, and for his performance against Bemidji State, 1 goal, 3 assists. So the vast majority of his points this season. Not a lot of penalties to come out of Sternberg as well lately. Again, we'll keep saying it, knock on wood. Eargang dumps it back down. O'Hara will have the position, trying to get it outside the goal line, and he will. Now taking it up through the defensive end is Korodiak. Korodiak's pass up, hit the stick of Zonka. Zonka will chase it all the way back down, and it'll be grabbed by Andrew Noel, who tries to get it away in front. West knocks it back to the half wall. Shot in, and another score. Adam Zonka with the setup. We'll see whose goal that was in a second. Adam Zonka with a great wraparound play from behind Noah West. And we'll get another goal for Bowling Green as they lead 2-0. We'll see who it is. Ryan O'Hara leads the charge, and if it's him, that'll be his 7th goal in the last 6 games after going until December 29th without scoring a goal. And it is going to be Ryan O'Hara, assisted by Adam Zonka at the 3:26 mark. Puck is split time pretty much between these two sides, but the Falcons capitalizing on 2 of their great chances. Adam Zonka should get all the credit on that play. Stover's playing without a stick right now as it's on the left wing, and he'll cover this one up in his chest and with the glove, with Zach Fairmouth staring him down as the centerman for Ferris State. Adam Zonka on the first line today with Ben Duran and Ryan O'Hara get his 3rd assist of the season and his 4th point of the season as well. It's up to 36 total points for that first line of Duran, O'Hara, and Zonka. Duran did not get an assist on that play. Max Martin and Ryan O'Hara, the goals. Adam Zonka, the only assist today for the Falcons. Pass into Emerson. Emerson's a little bit wide for him because he can't handle the puck. Pass up to Passanen in central ice. Connor McGrath tries to go for a high pass, and it's a little bit long for Corbet, who skates right by it. Bowling Green up, near side. Quinn Emerson knocks it up to Max Martin. Max Martin gains position, tries to get it around. Logan Haru puts a hit on him. Taking it away is Nick Nardicia of Ferris State. It hit the netting, I believe, as Nardicia was trying to get it outside the zone, and we'll get another face-off with 15:42 left to play in the first period and a Falcon 2-0 lead. Great opportunities for Bowling Green, 2 of them that Noah West probably should have stopped, in my opinion. But that's not to take away from how great of a play it was, especially by Adam Zonka. I'll keep harping on that. The wraparound pass to find Ryan O'Hara on the right wing, standing almost at the goal line. He put that one upper shelf. 2-0 lead for Bowling Green. 15:41 now after the misdraw. Brett Foe will check in, try and win the faceoff, but he does not. It's going to be Ferris State who wins it away. Holden Dole will clear it into neutral ice. Chasing it all the way in is Cole Birch. Gavin Best now, his left winger. Birch, the centerman, tries to get it around. Is back up to the point. Xavier Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis looks in, is forced away by Ville Immonen. It's amazing that a 6'4 defenseman is comparable in size to the forward defending him, but Immonen is also 6'3", quite a big body. Pretty good player as well. Falcon transfer this season. Jean-Louis with the puck, turns it back around, back across the blue line, shot in, left past Christian Stover, and now we'll cover this one up as it goes off the half wall and back into him. And we'll get a whistle and a stoppage. It'll be a face-off to the left of Christian Stover after that shot from Logan Haru, one of the highest, or the highest scoring defenseman on this team for Ferris State. 2 goals, 5 assists this season. Shot over, kicked away by Christian Stover after the faceoff won by Bowling Green. Turned over right away. Chasing it back is Trevor Talian, a sophomore defenseman out of Cleveland, Wisconsin. Another big body, 6'4", 225. A lot of big bodies on this Ferris State team. Nico DeVita stands at 6 foot. Xavier Jean-Louis at 6'4". Logan Haru at 6'2". Andrew Noel, 6'1". Trevor Talian, 6'4". Christopher Lai and Travis Shouty, the only ones sub 6 foot. Adam Zonka takes it up the right wing They'll dump it back in. It'll be Talian to try and ice it back around in the blue line. Kept in by Dalton Norris. Norris a shot in wide left of West in the goal. Emanen tries to peel it off. Back out to Stjernberg. Stjernberg across the blue line to Norris. Norris back to Stjernberg, who does not keep it inside the blue line. Offside warning, says the referee. And it'll clear back in as the whistle blows. And we will have, I think it's going to be, I don't know what the call was. He didn't put his hand in the air for a penalty. They just stopped the play. Possibly a offside against Bowling Green, and they whistled it dead late. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a face-off on the right wing of the neutral zone, favoring the Ferris State side. Fighting pokes it into the zone, and it's kicked out back to center. Travis Shouty takes it up the left side, kicked over in front, and it's knocked away by Bowling Green, whose defenseman gave a pretty good play on that to get it out in front of Christian Stover. He was a little bit flat-footed on that play. It was Seth Fighton that knocked it away. Good play by Fighton. The defensive line of Falcons on now. Niedermeyer looking in, tries to pass it across the nose of Noah West, and it'll clear all the way to the other side of the ice. Now defending is Tommy Passanen. He'll turn it back over as the Bulldog was skating back into the zone. Zach Fairmouth takes it back into his own zone, tries to set it up behind his blue line up to Gavin Best. Gavin Best with the puck now, a left winger. Stick lift kicked away by Breck McKinley. Eric Parker working in the zone now. McKinley gets it up to Martin. Martin into the neutral zone, down the left wing. Looking for a pass. He saucers it over to the middle. Jaden Grant tries to wing it back around. Pushed down to the ice. No penalty as Emerson again is knocked down to the ice. Now we'll get a whistle. And we might get a call here. I don't know what the call is. The referees are not doing a great job of communicating what their calls are. We're going to get a whistle. We're not going to get a penalty. I guess they just wanted to stop play and restart. Jaden Grant will be in the face-off wheel with Cole Birch. Grant on the fourth line today with Martin and Emerson. Across to Parker. Parker, shot off the half wall, tries to bank it over in front and take it away by Talian again. Talian turns it back around. Now at his own left wing. Leaves it back, wears a hit, but gets it away. Forecheck by Quinn Emerson. This one hits a stick, so it'll avoid icing. Stover steps out of the goal to play this one. Goes off the half wall. Lead pass up to Emerson. Martin takes it away from Emerson. Martin up the middle, looking for a pass. Gets it to Grant. Grant shot in, and it's chest saved by Noah West, who stops the play with 13 minutes left to play in the first, and a 2-0 Bowling Green lead. Two early goals, one by Max Martin, unassisted. A little bit of a slap shot from between the two wheels, taking a 1-0 lead, and then only about a minute and 20 seconds later, Ryan O'Hara with a goal on a beautiful wraparound pass by Adam Zonka around the goal. Beat Noah West. I don't think he even knew where the puck was. And the Falcons hold on to that 2-0 lead. Crossing pass from Waters, another shot from Foe as he tried to tip that one in. He'll be at the left wing, look out for a pass across the slot, and it won't get there. The pass up is Norris's to give away. He'll give it away to Foe. Foe looks for a pass over into the center. Emanen takes it up. Back to Foe, back to Emanen. Emanen with a shot in front. Noah West finally covers it up. He has not looked that confident early in this game, as that one looked like he could have covered up and kind of frantically waited to hold on. 1-2-3-4 reads the clock. 12:34 left to play in the first. 2-0. The Falcons will go for a change, and it'll be that first line of O'Hara, Duran, and Zonka that have already scored so far in this game. Three shots on goal for Max Martin. Leads the Falcons with Brody Waters. The Bulldogs take it. Travis Shouty's getting bullied. They finally get it outside the zone, but Ivan Korodiak will be the first one there. Ices it back around. It'll be Shouty, the captain, who takes this one back out. A junior, 40 points total in his third year with Ferris State. Zonka's pass as he's knocked down to the ice by Connor Brown. And the Bulldogs will take it up into center. Ice back around. Stover steps out to try and stop it, but he can't do it. Connor Brown again on the left wing in the O zone of Ferris State. Tries to take it over into the center, but the Falcons are there. It's Ryan O'Hara, and a penalty will be called against Bowling Green here. And we'll see what it's going to be. It's going to be on Adam Zonka. So a beautiful pass to set up a goal, but he will put the Falcons on the penalty kill as he takes a cross-checking penalty for 2 minutes. And we'll get a power play here for Ferris State. That is Adam Zonka's 5th penalty of the season. This shot in, tried to be knocked down in front, taken away. Tyler Schlepp was there, a centerman on the second line. Back out to Shouty. Shouty across to DeVita. Back to Shouty, back to DeVita. DeVita at the blue line, looking in, trying to cross the pass. Over in front, shot saved by Stover, who was right there to shut it off. Jack Silich on the left wing with the shot. Good puck movement from Ferris State. Last time we saw Ferris State play, it was Jacob Badal who scored the first power play goal of the season for Ferris State, and they now have the second worst power play in the CCHA. Not great, a 175 compared to the Falcons' 211, one of the top ones in the CCHA. Not that much of a difference, but when you span that across the 22 games played for each side, that is quite the difference. Falcons ice it back down. Shouty will have to give chase. Noah West will stop it behind his goal. Forecheck for Quinn Emerson. He's inside the blue line now. Falcons playing their box formation, or the diamond, depending on what angle you're looking at it. Stjernberg with the puck in front, kicks it away. Not a great play there from the Goose. But this one's iced back down by the Falcons as they gain possession. Emerson Grant will check off for Fighton and Scardina. Fighton will be on the forecheck on the right wing. He gets deked by Shouty. Shouty leaves it back into the zone. Mainstay on the power play, although not a whole lot of scoring coming from him, and the Falcons ice it back down. Falcon defense has been pretty good. Fighton missed the puck there. Scardina slapping all the way in. It's in front and finally taken away by Ferris State, who maintains possession now. Taking it up the middle, Caden Galt now at the right wing in the O-zone. Galt with the centering pass, and it's taken away by Bowling Green again, and they'll ice it outside the blue line yet again. 30 seconds left to play in the power play for Ferris State. 10:20 left in the first period. Falcons sporting a 2-0 lead on this penalty kill. 10:15, miscue pass as this one is sent right back down. Gavin Best has to chase it back as it was Christopher Lai who left it back a little bit too far. 1 assist. Slapping on the ice now as there's 10 seconds left in the power play for Ferris State, and it looks like the Falcons will have successfully killed this one off. Shot in, kicked away by Stover with the stick high in the air. Jean-Louis wears a hit over into the slot, covered up by Stover with full strength, and under 10 minutes left to play in the first. We have a 2-0 game. Bowling Green on top, and we will take a step back for our break in the action. You are listening to BGSU Hockey, sporting a 2-0 lead over the Ferris State Bulldogs in their home barn on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners, where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you Mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
BGSU Gymnastics looks for their first win of the season as they travel north to face Central Michigan on Friday, January 17th at 7 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Falcon Media Sports Network Director Lucas Kleinmeyer currently leads our Pick the Stick. Again, 1 point per goal, half a point per assist. We each choose a player, and we accumulate points as the game goes on. Ryan O'Hara has a goal in this game. That's his 7th of the season and 7 in the last 6 games since December 29th. He has a goal, so that's 1 point for Lucas Kleinmeyer. Christian Stover has 3 points as he starts with 3 and loses them as the game goes on. That's the selection of Tyler Kavelitz, our production director. Nate Henners and I each do not have a point with Ethan Scardina and Brody Waters, but there's time left to play as we are about halfway through this first period, 10-11 into the first period to be exact. And the Falcons have a 2-0 lead. Not a whole lot for Willie to complain about. The defense has been great for the Falcons, killed off their only penalty of the game thus far and capitalized on their both really good opportunities. Max Martin the first, Ryan O'Hara the second on the pass from Adam Zonka. Seen a lot of strong performances from the Falcons lately. The Bemidji State is a sore subject for the hockey team. Coming into this game, a little bit of anger expressed, thinking they should have at least come away with 5 points. If you are not familiar, a 3-0 lead with 2 minutes left in the second. Made 3-2 before entering in the third period. Bemidji scored twice, and then in the last 3 minutes of the game, with the Falcons sporting a 4-2 lead, Bemidji scored 2 goals as well to tie it, send it into a shootout, and they ended up winning the shootout and taking the extra point. So the Falcons came away with what was essentially a split on the weekend, although they played quite a large margin better. Falmouth wraps it in front and taken away casually by Brody Waters right off of the blue paint, as he's knocked down to the ice by Fairmouth. Fairmouth, a really big center, 6'3", and a senior out of Jackson, Michigan. Played for Des Moines in the USHL, playing his 113th game with Ferris State. Pass across. Foe puts on the stops, takes it back out to the blue line, looking for a pass, turns it back around again. Shot in, and Caden Galt is there, takes it up the near side, tries to cross it into the center. He can do it, and we'll get a whistle and a hand pass against Ferris State and Gavin Best. 8:38 left to play in the first. 2-0 lead for Bowling Green. Goals by Max Martin and Ryan O'Hara. Christian Stover up to 8 saves. Same for Noah West, but he's allowed 2 goals in this game, starting ahead of Connor McDonough and Martin Lundberg, both of whom have played in the last series against St. Thomas, which is a high-scoring affair, 9-6 one game, that was a wild one to look at the live stats for. Middle of the Bowling Green Bemidji State game to see a 9-6 game when at the point it was 1-1 Bemidji State and Bowling Green. Breakout here, odd man rush. Ethan Scardino looking for a pass, takes it back to the goal line in front. Falcons looking for a rebound chance, and it's knocked away and taken by Caden Galt up the left wing. He'll leave it back for Nico DeVita, right defenseman for the Falcons, or for the Bulldogs, I should say, looking all the way in, taking it in. Max Martin with a shot and rebound chance for Scardina, but he can't get full stick on the puck. It'll be pancaked up the ice. Glove dropped. Karodiak tripped up a little bit there. Taking it up the near side is Martin. Martin gets his pocket picked on the right wing in the O-zone of the Falcons. Passing and feeds it over into the center. Quinn Emerson with the puck on the right wing. We'll try and get it back down to Jaden Grant, but Grant has to step outside of between the slot as he's forced away by Xavier Jean-Louis. I'd be forced away too if I was standing there in the center of the ice. Jean-Louis is a big and aggressive player, 6'4", 209, with quite a large margin of physicality. Shot in, his glove saved by Stover. Picked cleanly off of the ice, but that one looked like it could have been trouble. He played that kind of casual. 7:25 left to play in the first. 2-0 lead Bowling Green as both sides go for a change. It'll be the first line of Falcons and defensemen, or forwards and defensemen. Ryan O'Hara, Ben Duran, and Adam Zonka with Norris and Sternberg. And the fourth line of Bulldogs, Nardicia, McGrath, and Corbet. Nardicia, the centerman, shot in, taken all the way back around by Nardicia. He's looking for a pass, and he's bullied up against the boards as this one clears up into his face. McGrath tries to ice it back around the horseshoe and into Caleb Eargang. Zonka forces it all the way up the ice. Duran will go for a change as Zonka puts on the forecheck, puts a hit on as well, but can't force the puck free. O'Hara turns the puck over now with his hit. Back out to the blue line. Working in, Ben Wozni, slap shot near side by Ville Imanen, but it won't fall. Parker with the shot in just to keep it inside the blue line, but it's finally cleared back out. And Ben Wozni will collect in his own zone as his guys set up a little bit of a play here. Brett Foe through the middle. Brody Waters taking it up the right wing. He's pressed down to the ice. That hit was a little bit high, but no penalty coming to the Falcons. And it'll be Travis Shouty that holds onto this puck. In the neutral zone, Noel on the near side. Up to Gavin Best. Gavin Best inside the blue line. Good stick work, but Parker feeds him away. Shot around off the high glass. Parker to Wozni to Foe. Foe on the left wing now. Doesn't go for the body. Not a great physical player. This one, just outside the line, says the referee. I didn't think it was like that myself, but it's an offside against Ferris State, and it'll reset with 6 minutes left to play in the first. Couple of more shots on goal there from Ferris State. Shot on goal leader for the Bulldogs is Jack Silich, the third line right winger, a freshman out of Powers Lake, Wisconsin. Played for Cranbrook in the British Columbian Hockey League. Back out to Passanen. Passanen trying to play the puck. Niedermeyer skates in. Turns the puck back over to Passanen. Passanen up the right wing. Slap shot and saved by Noah West. And he'll stop play again, as that's another shot on goal for Bowling Green. There'll be 12 saves now for Noah West, who has been fine this season, although the St. Thomas series really taints how well he's done. 9 goals allowed to St. Thomas in the first game, 4 goals allowed to St. Thomas in the second game. Just high-scoring affairs all weekend between the Tommies and the Ferris State Bulldogs, who are currently the third and the second to last team in the CCHA. Shot in front, taken away. This one will be Connor Brown, who takes it up the near side. Silich looking all the way in front, out on the doorstep, and Stover steps on this one and ices play, as McGrath was looking in, and so was Connor Brown as well. Getting a little bit too close for comfort, and Stover tries to knock this one down. Getting taps from a couple of his guys after a good save. 5:17 left to play in the first. BG holding on to their 2-0 lead. Jean-Louis and Christopher Lai on the ice now, as McGrath will head into the zone as a left winger, actually, into the faceoff wheel. Zonka trying to cross the pass. He's pressed up by Corbet. Nardicia to Zonka again. Zonka turns his puck over. He's had a couple of good shifts, including that good pass on the O'Hara goal. Durant takes it up into center. Pass across to Stjernberg. Stjernberg tries to get it outside Jean-Louis. That's a lot of aggression in 2 players right there. Jean-Louis, not as much offensive presence as Stjernberg. As Stjernberg goes for a big hit on Jean-Louis, turning the puck over. Connor McGrath with the shot now. Shot is wide. Stjernberg pass up. Breakout pass to Duran. Duran turns it back around, ices it down. Just trying to waste some time and get his guys a change, as they do. It'll be Waters, Emanen, and Foe on the ice now for the Falcons. Emanen playing defense on this one. Chipped up into the air. Foe with the puck. And we're going to get a penalty on the Falcons. And I think it's going to be on Brett Foe as he stops skating about halfway through the play. We'll see what the call is here. And we're going to get a holding against Brett Foe. Second penalty of the game for Bowling Green. They'll go on a 2-minute penalty kill. Their second penalty kill of the game, to no penalties committed yet by Ferris State. No power play opportunities for the Falcons. 0 for 1 on the power play is Ferris State coming into today. 175 power play, good for second to worst in the CCHA. And this one will be quickly iced back down, as Shouty was a little bit too far off of the half wall on the blue line. This one stopped. Fighton goes for the forecheck. Shouty settles this one down. And now the Bulldogs will try and make their first real good drive of the power play. Taking it up the right wing is Tyler Schlepp. And this one will be iced back down outside the blue line. Shouty will have to trace it back into his defensive end. And we're going to get a hooking call. And I think it's going to be against the Bulldogs, and that it is. It's going to be against Logan Haru. Rookie mistake for the freshman. Hooking against Haru. So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 32. And then after that, about 28 seconds of man advantage for Bowling Green. It's Haru's 8th penalty of the season. It'll be his 16th minute when he serves it out completely. Shot in Noah West gloves and ices the play. Minute 27 left in 4-on-4. Sternberg on the ice for Parker. He's the only change as he joins Wozni, O'Hara, and Grant. So Wozni, O'Hara, and Grant were the overtime unit in the Bemidji State series and did pretty well, scored the overtime goal with Ryan O'Hara in the first game, and they looked very good together. Sternberg joins them now on this 4-on-4. O'Hara with the puck, looking in, wraps all the way around. He's dropped down, and a couple of Falcon fans wanting a tripping call, but nothing there. 4-on-4 still. Sternberg takes it all the way into the O-zone of Bowling Green, across and taken away by Andrew Noel. Noel tries to turn it back around and feeds it to Nardicia. Nardicia turns it back over to Bowling Green. Losing handle of it is Ben Duran. Duran back out to the blue line. Sternberg. Sternberg looking for a pass, looking for a shot. He'll get it to Passanen. Passanen with another shot, and this one saved by Noah West. Passanen's had a little bit of an offensive presence today against the Bulldogs. That's a couple of shots on goal for him. Is something that we rarely see. That's his third shot on goal in this game with 48 seconds left to play and 4-on-4 and a 3:11 left to play in the first period with BG holding on to a 2-0 lead. A goal here could really put this game in a great place for the Falcons. Duran in the wheel now, tries to win this faceoff, but it'll be held on to by Ferris State, taken away, tries to get it back out to Passanen at the blue line. Passanen looking for a pass, but it's stopped and held in the zone by Emanen. Passanen, shot in, tipped down, in front, wide left, as there is a real good chance there in front from Niedermeyer as he's frustrated at the end of that play. Taking it all the way down is Cole Birch. Birch taking it coast to coast. Passanen will mug him and take it away. Travis Schaude, gloves drops with 15 seconds left in 4-on-4 before the Falcons will go on a man advantage. Schaude wasting some time as they're going to try and hold on to this puck as long as possible. Falcons going on a harsh forecheck, turn it back over. Cole Birch with the puck. Beautiful pass into Schaude. Schaude with a 2-on-1, looking for a shot, saved by Christian Stover. Again, centering pass in the slot. Noel with the shot, blocked by Wozni. Waters taking it up the left wing. He's spun out. Falcons with a man advantage now for the next 15 seconds. 2:10 left to play in the first period. BG taking it all the way up. It's Martin. Martin turns the puck over on a bad leave back for McKinley. McKinley will take it back down, and I don't think this is enough time for a drive for the Falcons, as it'll be Dalton Norris, and the pass is just a little bit too long for him. Back in the zone. Taking it out is Silich. Silich turns it over to the near side. Waters takes it on the right side. Back in his position. Working back around the right wing wheel in the O-zone of the Falcons, trying to get it back out to McKinley. Waters still battling for it on the boards. Not a lot of time spent on the boards between these two teams. A lot of center ice. Connor Brown. Pass up. In the O-zone. Tries to tip it back in by Fairmouth. Fairmouth tries to get it around, and it will not be able to get to Connor Brown again. What a play for Fairmouth. Taking it all the way in. Brett Foe. Brett Foe in front. Score! Brett Foe. What a move on the backhand. 3-0 Bowling Green with 1:20 left in the first. What a goal. Sorry, it's Ville Emanen that leads the charge. 3 and 3-3. Ville Emanen leads the charge, gives the Falcons a 3-0 lead. And on cue with 1:20 left to play in the first period, Bowling Green with a commanding lead over the Bulldogs. That goal by Emanen at the 18:40 mark. Unassisted, his fourth of the season. In front, under a minute left to play in this period. Back out to Jean-Louis, who leaves it across to Christopher Lee. Lee to Passanen. Passanen will get it outside. Good tic-tac-toe passing from the Falcons. Niedermeyer on the far side. Stays on sides, no icing. 50 seconds left in the period. 3-0, Bowling Green leads. Tyler Shrepp tries to peel it across the boards. Wozni across to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer's pass is long for Fighton. Back in the D zone of the Bulldogs. They're trying to get it out. The Falcons trying to exit the period. And I think we're going to have an offsides against the Falcons. Ville Emanen, the second unassisted goal of this period, turns it over in center ice, takes it all the way down the left wing, and works it over on the backhands. I almost took him in our pick the stick today, but I didn't. I wanted to go with Brody Waters. I got the line right, didn't get the player right, as the centerman gets his 4th goal and 11th point of the season. Offsides against the Falcons. The right guys will get back down on the ice. Duran, face-off won by Bowling Green. Pass across from Wozni up to O'Hara. O'Hara dumps it back in the zone. Bulldogs try and get it back out. 25 seconds left in the first period. BG with 3-0. We're going to have a delayed penalty against the Falcons here as West heads off, taking it with a head of steam from neutral ice, looking all the way in. Bulldogs wrap it back around at the blue line. They can exit this period. Shot in. Xavier Jean-Louis with the puck, trying to get it back. Tyler Schlepp out into center, and the Falcons avoid starting the second period with 2 straight minutes, as they're going to get the stick on it and at least waste 5 seconds in their penalty to Ben Duran. So we're going to get a quick stoppage here. I'm sure we're going to get 5 forwards on the ice now for the Bulldogs. Ben Duran up to 9 penalties on the season, 26 minutes when he serves this one out. Scardina with the puck, ices it down, and this will put the period on ice as well. Ben Duran will exit the box, but he'll have to go back for 1:55 to start the second period, but not before Bowling Green leads 3-0. Goal by Max Martin to lead it off. Ryan O'Hara, pass from Adam Zonka and Ben Duran as the second goal. After the review, they gave Ben Duran an assist, and the third goal just a moment ago by Ville Imanen, his 4th of the season, on the backhand, beating Noah West for the 3rd time in this game. Through one period, 3-0, Bowling Green on top. We'll bring you back for the Rick Crow Intermission Report in a few moments. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
I'm Chris Jakomick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakomick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU Student Media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. That's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
For far too long, animals on farms and ranches were not afforded protections to ensure their humane treatment and care. Luckily, times have changed, and more farmers are raising their animals in accordance with the American Humane science-based standards, which offer ethically driven consumers humanely raised products. The next time you're in the grocery store, be sure to choose foods that are American Humane certified. To learn more, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
BGSU men's basketball seeks their second straight win as they face Eastern Michigan on Saturday, January 18th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Artie Abrego and Andrew Smith at 1:45 for pregame and 2 p.m. for the tip-off on Falcon Radio.
Wake up every weekday with WBGU in the Morning Show. The Morning Show is a community resource for weekly events, news, sports, weather, interviews with community officials and organizations, birthday and anniversary announcements, and more. Listen live every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. locally on 88.1 FM or streaming online at bgfalconmedia.com.
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Lorfields, junior safety here at BG. My Falcon 4 favorite things for homecoming, definitely seeing some of the alumni, the big crowd, hearing them roar, the Falcon Walk pregame, getting to see more people, and then just winning the game overall and celebrating after. Go Falcons.
To listen to replays of recent Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts, tune into WBGU 88.1 FM every weekday morning from midnight to 3 a.m.
Welcome back into the Wigglebin Ice Arena in Big Rapids, Michigan. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Great start from the Falcons. Couldn't really ask for much better. 3-0 for Ferris State. Beat the goaltender Noah West all 3 times, and you might be encroaching in on territory where you wonder if he's going to come back out here onto the sheet. The Rick Crow first intermission report, longtime BGSU hockey fan and listener of WBGU 88.1 FM. Thank you for sponsoring our travel this season, including this trip to Ferris State. Bowling Green looked like they did a very good job of accepting whatever Ferris State gave to them. There wasn't a lot of physicality from Ferris State. Bowling Green's really skating around them quite nicely, and Ferris State is really trying to shut off the boards and not allowing Bowling Green to break away along the half wall, and they've done a very good job of breaking away through the center, especially Ville Immonen, who took the puck all the way from central ice, worked it down the left wing, and turned it into a backhand shot on goal and a goal against Noah West in this game. The first goal was Maxwell Martin's, his 4th of the season, a slap shot from the slot that he ended up putting right through the 5-hole of Noah West. The second goal, Ryan O'Hara's on a wraparound pass from Adam Zonka. The feed into Zonka from Ben Duran. There's a beautiful pass by Zonka, and the 7th goal of the season for Ryan O'Hara, who's had 7 goals in the last 6 games. Impressive stuff from the captain, and that wraparound pass by Adam Zonka as well from that first line goal. And then another second line goal, Ville Immonen's 4th of the season, with Ethan Scardina, as they reviewed it, was given the assist on that play. A breakaway from center, as I said, worked down the left wing and took the backhand over in front and beat Noah West with that. Bowling Green on top again, 3-0 in this period. We've seen some pretty good shifts so far. The third line of Scardina, Niedermeyer, and Fighton hasn't really played a whole lot in this game, and more of a defensive lineup in itself. The 4th line hasn't really seen a lot of time, even though Max Martin has got that goal, but a lot of the pressure of the Falcons has rested on the first and the second line, and to be honest, I think the second line has been the best in this game. Emanen's played great on both ends of the ice, truly a 200-foot centerman. Brody Waters has played pretty well as well. He's got some good shifts. Brett Foe's got some real good breakaway chances, including on the Ville Emanen goal. The first line has done very good as well. Ben Duran's won a couple of faceoffs as the Falcons lead in faceoffs, won 17-15 over the I apologize, the Bulldogs. Adam Zonka as well has played a great game. He's had some pretty good shifts. He did take the one penalty, which I didn't know if it was exactly in the right call to cross-checking on him. It looked a little bit of a sloppy call, but the referees called it. Sean Fernandez, Andrew Rasky, Kyle Bushy, and Logan Hollow, the referees here in Wingleben Ice Arena. They called it on Zonka, and the Falcons have had 2 penalties thus far that they've been able to kill off. They'll start the third with a minute 55 of penalty as well, assessed to Ben Duran. So pretty much the full penalty that they will have to kill off against the one of the worst power play units in the CCHA and Ferris State, only ahead of Northern Michigan, of course. The Falcons up to a 3-0 lead over Ferris State. We'll talk a little bit later in our second intermission report about what's happening around the CCHA, but aside from this game, there isn't another game going on against a CCHA opponent. All of the other ones start at 8:07. Augustana plays Lindenwood. That should be a game in a series that Augustana dominates. Bemidji State plays against Northern Michigan. Must-win games for Bemidji, who are trying to raise themselves in the CCHA standings. Minnesota State plays game against Michigan Tech, which is great for the Falcons because Minnesota State is the #1 team in CCHA. Doesn't look like they're going to be dethroned anytime soon unless Augustana goes on a true tear. And Bowling Green is tied with Michigan Tech right now. So if Michigan Tech splits and the Falcons sweep, they will jump ahead and into the third spot, sole possession of the third spot in the CCHA. That one's being played in Mankato at the Mayo Clinic Events Center. And then Lake Superior State and St. Thomas, I think that's a pretty good matchup. Should be high scoring as well, which of course in hockey terms mean it won't be high scoring, but pretty even as well according to RPI, number 45 and number 47 in the nation. That one's occurring in the Sioux here in Michigan. That's an 8:07 start as well between St. Thomas and Lake Superior State. In the second intermission, I will update you on how those games are going. Bowling Green on top 3-0 through the opening period of play. You listen to the Rick Crow first intermission report, longtime BGSU hockey fan and listener of WBGU 88.1 FM, and I'll bring you the second period of action here in the Wingleben Ice Arena in a few moments. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
You are listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
On Tuesday, January 15th, Bowling Green men's basketball's Trey Thomas scored his 1,000th career point in the Falcons' 79-61 victory over the Buffalo Bulls. Thomas, who joined the Falcons through the transfer portal prior to 2023, scored his 1,000th point on a right-handed layup in the first half of action. His career has spanned over 130 games split between Vanderbilt and BG. He scored 22 overall in the game, including 18 points scored in the second half. Next up, Bowling Green will welcome Eastern Michigan to the Stroh Center on Saturday, January 18th at 2 o'clock p.m.
You can join Artie Abrego and Andrew Smith on Falcon Radio starting at 1:45 p.m. for pregame.
Hello?
Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
My name is Kyle Blasingame from BGSU Men's Soccer, and my Falcon 4 favorite hobbies are Kirby, which is a game created by BG Men's Soccer. My second favorite hobby would be Salute IIO. I recently bought a PC and I've been gaming it. My third favorite hobby is playing golf with Kyle Cusimano. And my fourth favorite hobby is watching Game of Thrones with Brendan Graves.
BGSU women's basketball returns home to face Western Michigan on Wednesday, January 22nd. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer and Reese Patrikas at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for tip-off on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Bowling Green up 3-0 over the Ferris State Bulldogs. A great start for the Falcons. Couldn't have really asked for much more, but they will be serving a penalty to start this second period. Brought to you by the Falcon Media Sports Network and Rick Crow, longtime sponsor or listener of WBGU 88.1 FM and BGSU hockey fan. Sponsoring our travel this season is the reason that I am here in Ferris State this weekend. Bowling Green again, 3 goals in the first period. Max Martin, Ryan O'Hara, and Ville Immonen. Those 3, they look to add on more here after they kill off this penalty against Ferris State. The face-off won by Bowling Green. They ice it all the way back down. Ferris State will gain control of this one. Taking it in is Shouty. Shouty to Talian. Talian tries to knock it back in. Defenseman for Ferris State. He'll get it back in, but to Stjernberg. Stjernberg banks this one off the half wall, ices it all the way back down legally with 30 seconds expired in the minute 55 that we had in the penalty to start this. Ben Duran caught in the box for 2 minutes, and he'll serve it out. The Falcons 2 for 2 on penalty kills so far in this game. Their penalty kill has got pretty good as the season has gone on. Their power play has improved as well, although offense has been their problem. High slap shot into the glass. That one, the entire length of the ice, the Falcons give a harsh forecheck. Under a minute left to play in the power play for Bowling Green. Pass to the near side. Cole Birch. It's a little bit long for him, but he'll chase that one back down and be the first one back in the zone. Falcons trying to get it out. Caden Galt with the puck now on the left wing, working in at the face-off dot. Turns it back around, and a tripping call against Tommy Paston as the Falcons will have to get their stick on this one. 30 seconds left. And the penalty, finally, Scardina gets a stick on that as it behooved Ferris State to let the Falcons get their stick on it because they will have 32 seconds of 5-on-3 as Tommy Paston will head to the box for tripping. It's 5-on-3 now. Bowling Green to the disadvantage. Paston's 10th power play, or I'm sorry, his 10th penalty of the season, and what will be his 31st penalty minute of the season. That's the most on the team, one of the most in the CCHA as well. Norris on the ice now, trying to ice this one back around, is kicked out to center. Jaden Grant working his way all the way back in, trying to get it to a brown jersey. Great forecheck from Grant into the near side. Birch tries to cross it. He does. Eargang back across, near side, looking in, takes it over into the slot, turns it back around, is back to the defender, Jaden Grant. 5 seconds left on 5-on-3. Ben Duran will be the one out. Shot blocked by Norris. He will immediately have to play defense again. Duran shot off this one. Oh, off the iron. Ferris State thought they had a goal. I thought they did too, but it goes off of the red and kicks back into play. So the Falcons will have to kill this penalty off as well. Lee wings it to the near side. Eargang with the shot down to the goal line. Crossover in front. Stover's being pushed away. And the whistle blows as a stoppage as Stover covers this one up. And some pleasantries exchanged after the play is done with 1:06 left on Pastonen's penalty. So BG is 3 for 3 so far on penalty kills. Looking to make it 4 for 4 now. Fighting Emanen, Parker, and Wozni on the ice now for Bowling Green. 3-0, BG leads, 17:43 left to play in the second. Has yet to play even strength in this period. And we're going to get the referees talking as we might get a review on something to see if that goal was scored. I can't see the replay that far from here. We're going to look to see if it actually is a goal. A shot, I believe, was from Eargang, if I'm not mistaken. They are going to review for a power play goal. Looked like it hit the iron. We're looking at it right now. It's very close. Looks like it just hit the iron. There wasn't a rebound chance as the Falcon defenseman got his stick in there on the blue paint and shut it off. That's close. Could go either way, in my opinion. Didn't really get a great look at it. It's going to matter what the referees see. Sean Fernandez and Andrew Rasky, the two referees, and the linesman Kyle Bushy and Logan Hollow. And we are going to get a face-off and no goal. So it did only hit the post. Close for Ferris State, inches. .43 left to play in the second. 3-0, Bowling Green leads. They have 4. Ferris State has 5 on the ice now as they look to get their first goal of the game and break the ice, so to speak. Scardina ices this one all the way back around. The defensemen of Ferris State are quite strong, but they do not play the blue line well when it comes to power plays. And we saw it right there as off of the draw, the defenseman didn't get all the way to the boards on the blue line, and he let it skirt all the way back down. They also allow Falcon possession way too easily on penalty kills as the Falcons chase their 4th successful penalty kill in this game. Kept in, pass to the near side on the right wing. Talian shot in, is deflected in front, and it looked to be by one of his own guys, Tyler Schlepp, being one of the ones in here. Slap shot, glove save by Stover, nabs it up and drops it down. 17:04 left to go in the second. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill for Bowling Green, and Passanen will be out of the box. The boxes here in the Wingleben Ice Arena are right next to the benches, so he will have an easy time getting back to the bench and go for another forward, as the Falcons have 2 forwards, 2 defensemen on the ice. Kick out to the blue line after Ferris State won this face-off. Bowling Green with a aggressive check in. Sternberg tries to poke this one outside the zone, but can't do it. 15 seconds left with full possession. Talian tries to work it over to the goal line. Pass into the slot. Now here's a chance for Shouty. Shouty with a shot is wide right. He had a good look. Clacking on the ice is Noah West. West still clacking. Shot over in front and a score. Tyler Schlepp looked like he redirected it in front. But that's going to be a goal, and it looks like it's going to be the first goal of somebody's year or somebody's career. Looks to be Jack Silich with the first goal, and the first point of his Ferris State career comes in the second period with 16:38 left to go and a second on the penalty. So it is going to count as a power play goal. for Jake Silich, who shot that one from very close to the goal line. Low angle shot. It looked like Schlepp might have redirected it in front. It's going to be the first point no matter what. Just depends on if he's going to get the first goal. Stover's beat for the first time in this game. 3-1, Bowling Green leads. O'Hara on a little bit of a breakaway, looking for a pass. Now crossing pass, and Wozni was in front. Couldn't get a stick on it. Back to the blue line, shot in. Wrap all the way back around. Slap shot, Duran, and it's gloved by West, who shuts this play down. As soon as the Falcons get back to even strength, they go on an offensive flurry, and they put a couple of shots on goal right there. Goal by Jack Silich, the first of his career. The young freshman playing his seventh game of the season. 3:21, the time of the goal. It is Silich's for right now. Still thought it was redirected in front, but didn't have a great look at it, looking around the cameras here in the Winkleman Center. Taking it away is Holden Dole. Dole dumps it all the way back up for Stover. Stover plays the puck to Breck McKinley. It is confirmed Jack Silich will be the goal. Brett Foe takes it up center. Peru playing. Brett Foe is forced away. He'll try and get it back out to the blue line. He'll get it across court to McKinley. McKinley has to dump it back in. Emanen's pressed up against the boards. Peeling it off is Waters. Waters with the puck now, looking for a pass. Haru still bullying Emanen, who didn't have a stick. This pass across and is taken away in the slot by Matt Corbet. Matt Corbet, fourth line right winger. This one is clacked high up and into the ceiling. Not as low of a ceiling as we see in the Slater Family Ice Arena. Not as nice of an arena, in my opinion. A little bit more retro. The scoreboards similar to the ones that we see in the west end of the Slater Family Ice Arena with the digital numbers. Both of them, a replay board as well. No fans on the bench side of the ice, only fans on the right and left sides from the way that I sit on the near side in front of the press box. Jean-Louis wears a hit, tries to get it outside the zone. The Falcons keep it in, but collide with themselves. To Scardina. Scardina, it's a little bit long for him. He'll be the first one there, though. Tries to get it around out to the blue line. Karodiak, fans on the pass, tries to keep it in. That'll be an offside warning against the Falcons. They'll get onside. Scardina with the puck. Turnover. Karodiak with the shot, and it's kicked away by what looked to be Andrew Noel, who got in the way of that one and blocked it from getting to Noah West. West has 15 saves so far in this game. Christian Stover has 13. Sorry, has 15 as well. They just updated it. Quinn Emerson, quick shot, broke his stick as well. This one's taken all the way his way, playing without it. This one hit the stick in front, almost redirected the puck, but it's back around to Grant. Grant with the puck at the goal line. He's being held onto a little bit. Emerson taking it back around, looking for a pass, wrapping it around. Shot just saved by Noah West as Emerson is forced back down to the ice as well. Wozni fakes the slap shot, turns back around, redirected in front. Jaden Grant got his stick on it, but it's taken away. Now Max Martin wears a hit. Working in, left wing wheel, takes back around to the right wing, and Emerson. Emerson to Grant. Grant with the puck now. BG looking like they're on a power play still, even though it is even strength. Taking it all the way in. Shot, Max Martin looking for his second goal of the game, and it is knocked away by West into the left wing corner. Back out to Wozni. Wozni collapses in on the puck. Jaden Grant's there as well on the left dot, and it'll be an outlet pass to Connor McGrath. Way deep. Dalton Norris playing on this puck as Stover will dive on top of this one and ice the play. 13:49 left to play in the second. 3-1, BG leads. First goal by Max Martin, second by Ryan O'Hara, third by Ville Emanen. BG hasn't scored since as they power play goal by Jack Silich is the first of his career, first point of his career as well as the young freshman right winger. Seventh goal played this season out of Power Lake, Wisconsin. Standard size for a forward in 2024-2025, 5'10". 190, maybe slightly undersized, but quite fast. Breakaway potential as well from Silich. Ryan O'Hara working for the puck. Gets it away to his man, Ben Duran. Ben Duran, the centerman on that first line. Adam Zonka in now. This one's deflected, beneficial to the Falcons as Norris will ice it back down into O'Hara. O'Hara can't hold on, and Connor Brown will take it away. Turns it over into the neutral zone. The Falcons have it, and will dump it back down in the zone and go chase. Jean-Louis wears a hit, forced down to the ice. Silich takes it away through center. He's got a puck saved from this game on the first goal of his career. Put some tape around that one and right on it especially. Staying on sides, the Falcons cross over into Emanen. McKinley had wide open ice if he was able to settle this one down. Cole Birch down the right side in the right wing. Toe drag taken away. Gavin Best with the puck now. Looking for a pass, centering pass. Now again into the slot, taken away by Brett Foe. Brett Foe through the middle. Working Travis Shouty. Looking for a pass now into Waters. Waters looking for a wrist shot, and this one's taken away by Cole Birch. Cole Birch, 2-on-1 breakaway. Sternberg, the defender, looking in, sliding play, toe drag, and he fanned on the pass. And we're going to have the play whistled dead. And we're going to have the box open against Sternberg, against Waters on the delayed call. We'll see what it's going to be for here in a second. Minor penalty for cross-checking, or slashing, against Brody Waters. So the Falcons have killed off 3 of the 4 penalty kills that they've been on. Penalties have kind of spelled disaster, been the weakest part of their game today. It was resulted in the only goal, the second power play to Ferris State on the penalty by Tommy Passanen. Slap shot from Schlepp is wide. The Falcons will take it away with a lot of ice in front. Wasting a lot of time here is Seth Fighton. He'll finally ice it back down off the half wall, giving a harsh forecheck as well into Travis Shouty. Tries to turn the puck over. He does back out to Fighton. Fighton trying to find Emerson. Emerson with a forecheck as well. That was a 2-man forecheck for the Falcons and wasted about 30 seconds off the power play for FSU. Connor McGrath takes it up the center into Tyler Schlepp. Schlepp back to McGrath is a little bit long for him. Ices it back around. BG's trying to ice it, and they can do it. And West will have to stop this one again. Shots on goal for Ferris State in the first period wasn't a lot, especially on the power plays. Pass to the near side. Eargang is pressed up by the Falcon. It'll clear outside the blue line again, and not a single offensive drive yet for Ferris State. They'll look for their first here. Cole Birch looking in. Eargang taking it all the way in. Shot saved by Christian Stover as knocked to the high glass. The Falcons looking to take it away. On his knees is Sternberg trying to get it away. Now looking for a pass behind the goal line. Back up to Eargang at the blue line. Eargang, a right winger. With the puck now still is being bullied away. Tries to keep it inside from his knees. Good stick work, but turns it over to Ben Wozni with 30 seconds left. Woz will take it on the right wing and now ice it finally back down. Christopher Lee with the puck will take it out the right side of his goaltender. Pass up far side. Still no offensive stand yet for Ferris State, as this one is going to be an icing, I believe, against Ferris State. Scardina and Fighton will head off. Oh, they're going to get too many men on the ice. So they had 5 men on the ice, apparently. They're going to get another penalty as Max Martin will head off. Did they have 5 guys playing? Can't see right there. Maybe just a sloppy change from the Falcons. As again, another penalty will put them on a 5-on-3 for the next 18 seconds. And a 5-on-4 for the amount of time after that. Trevor Talian across the blue line. Shouty missed the puck. Now we'll gather it as it hit off the half wall. Back in. Connor McGrath looking in. Shot deflected in front. That's going to be a block for the Falcons. Iced all the way back down. Coming out of the box is Brody Waters. Ben Wozni will check back off as the defenseman with Tommy Passanen as Max Martin serves the too many men on the ice penalty for the Falcons for the next minute 30. Penalty's been huge for the Falcons. The only poor part of their game today, really. Their defense has been strong. Offense has been strong. Capitalized on their opportunities. Moved the puck well. but you're not able to do so when you are playing odd man all the time. Tipped up in the air. Driving play by O'Hara to try and knock that one out of the air. He would have had a great breakaway if he did, but it's turned over and ice back down. Under 10 left to play in the second. A minute left to play in the power play for Ferris State. Up to center. Birch wears a hit, turns it back over. BG defense either has been very good in this game, which I think is more the case, or Ferris State's power play is really that bad, because in these last two penalties, Ferris State has yet to have an offensive drive, or a real good offensive chance, I should say. 40 seconds, passes back. Niedermeyer looking back. Frustration from the Ferris State fans. Pass up to Birch. Birch takes it up the right wing. Looking in behind the right dot. Back out and outside the zone again. Miscommunication as Bob Daniels is really frustrated in the Ferris State bench. 20 seconds left to play on the penalty. 9 minutes left to play in the second period. Next break will be our immediate timeout. Christopher Lee leaves it back. Up the left wing is Gavin Best. Best takes it up the left. Stover tries to knock it down. Birch wears a hit. Back out to Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis tries to toe drag it to the inside, and a little bit of a breakaway here for Scardina. Now back to even strength as Martin is out of the box. Scardina shot is saved by Noah West. The first, second, and 5-on-5 for the Falcons. They get a shot on goal, and only one shot on goal for Ferris State over the last two power plays. Ferris State fans frustrated. Bob Daniels will get to talk it over through our media timeout. 3-1, Bowling Green on top with about 9 minutes left to play in the second period. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Falcon women's basketball continues MAC play against Northern Illinois on Saturday, January 18th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Caden Knapp and Sam Morris will have the call at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for tip-off on WBGU 88.1 FM.
First goal of the game and of the weekend by Ferris State, scored by Jack Silich, a freshman. The first goal, first point of his career. Only his 7th game played. Impressive play from Silich on the power play, who scored against the Falcons on the penalty with 1 second left. That Tommy Patterson spent in the box. It is a power play goal. 3:21 into this second period. Bowling Green's Max Martin, Ryan O'Hara, and Ville Emanen each have goals. Adam Zoka, Ben Duran, and Ethan Scardina each have assists. Unassisted was the Max Martin goal. 1 assist on the Emanen goal, and Zoka and Duran assisted on the Ryan O'Hara goal early in the first period. BG leads 3-1, 8:40 left to play in the second, in an important CCHA series for the Falcons. Maybe not because the competition is strong, but because they need to take 6 points in this one. Gives themselves the best chance that they possibly can against Michigan Tech, who they're tied for 3rd place with in the CCHA. Turns it over, pass across. Good stick in the lane by Breck McKinley. Falcons will try and get it outside of their D zone. Looking back, Fairmouth dumps it back. McKinley with the puck, takes it around the right side of his goal. Turns it back to Passanen. Passanen looks for an outlet pass. He'll get it all the way up to Zonka. Zonka goes all the way in, puts a hit on Andrew Noel, trying to get it away. Zonka comes away with the puck, taking it back out to the blue line. Slap shot in front, rebound chance. Sternberg crashing in to try and make a play, but there was too many Cavs in the way of Sternberg's shot. Fairmouth takes it down the right wing. Sternberg pressing up with him. He's faster than Fairmouth and more physical than Fairmouth there as he forces the puck away to his fellows in brown. BG wearing their all-brown uniforms as they have almost every single away series this year. Ferris State wearing white red shorts, white socks, red buckets, red gloves. And striking left to right in this period, a little switched for the third as well. Emanen with a quick shot and a quick draw from the left wing, but it's covered up by West with 7:20 left to play in the second period. 20 shots on goal for the Falcons, 16 for Ferris State. Bowling Green's Christian Stover has 16 saves and only 1 goal allowed. Noah West for Ferris State has 19 saves and 3 goals allowed for an .864 save percentage. He's nearing his goals allowed on average already, and it's not even through the second period yet. Nardicia with the puck, trying to get it away and into the O zone for Ferris State. Even strength, Falcons have been dominant, but the penalties have spelled disaster for Bowling Green as they've had 6 penalties so far in this game, allowing only 1 power play goal, which is impressive penalty killing, but you shouldn't have to be 5-on-4 for that long. We had a couple of 5-on-3 opportunities as well for Ferris State. And frankly, Bowling Green might be a little bit lucky that they're one of the worst power play teams in the CCHA. Wozni around, passed in with the puck, tries to get it out to Wozni. Woz with the puck, wings it out to the right wing. Grant, a little bit long for him, pressed up against the referee is the Bulldog, now putting a hit on, and a couple of other players hitting the ice. Tyler Schlepp with the main hit. Martin takes it in down the right wing. He's defended by 2 Bulldogs. Shot across the blue paint, kicked away by Noah West. Grant shot in, redirected in front by Quinn Emerson. That one had a chance on feed. Passing in is mugged. Tyler Schlepp taking it down the right wing. First one there is going to be Dalton Norris. Norris, the alternate captain, and the junior back around, sure to be a captain next year as a senior. Is probably the main reason he's an assistant, or an alternate, I should say, this year. He and Villa Emanen. High shot, Scardina knocks it down, back to the blue line. Martin around. Fighton will have to give chase. Christopher Lee will get it back around to McKinley. McKinley to Fighton. Fighton, it's a little bit long for him, but he'll do what he does best and bully the guy with the puck. He gets it away to Gavin Best. Gavin Best in the neutral zone is pressed up by Scardina, wearing that C for captain. Holden Dole back in the zone. Christopher Lee across, and Logan Haru will settle it down. One of the highest scoring defensemen on the team. Right defense was Xavier Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis has not played a whole lot in this game. Hasn't played great in this game either. Christopher Lee's kind of inhabiting his ice time. Coming right off the bench, stopping the puck. The Bulldog shot, score! Andrew Noel off the bench. First goal of the season for the junior. An even strength goal for Ferris State, and it's 3-2. Andrew Noel with 5:09 left to play in the second. Talian and Shouty given the assists on the goal earlier by Ferris State by Jack Silich. And now with 14:51, the game clock, Andrew Noel gets his first goal of the season and second point only, coming off the bench, keeping it inside the blue line, taking it all the way in. Another breakaway and saved by Stover and knocked up into the netting and out of play with 4:52 left to play in the second. 3-2, Bowling Green on top. Seems like they haven't really been able to get a lot of momentum back since they had to kill off those penalties. 2, technically 3 in the first period, but 1 was mainly served in the second, and then counting that one, that transferred periods, 3 more on top, so 4 total in this period, and it looks like it's taken a little bit out of the Falcons as Ferris State has been playing pretty well lately that they haven't before. Deflected away, Stover kicks it to the far side corner. Talian keeps it in. Another shot in is left high by Stover, right by his right ear. Taking it all the way in. Another shot in front. Rebound chance by Ferris State. Still in front. Trying to cover it up is Stover. Whistle still has not blown. Now it does as he covers it up. And there was a flurry of 6 in front of the net. And we're going to get a face-off to his right as he was finally able to shut it down with 4:30 left on the clock. Andrew Noel, number 20.
Goal scored by number 20, Andrew Noel. Assist number 29, goal first. Now the goal,
Cole Birch, the only assist listed for the only even strength goal for Ferris State in today's game. And so far in this series as well, we're getting a whistle to see who was actually on the ice when that was covered up. I don't think it's going to matter, but the referee, Sean Fernandez, is still talking. And we'll see what they're talking about here in a second. 5-on-5, can't be a penalty. And finally, they're ready to drop puck. The linesman, Kyle Bushy, will go to drop right here. Face off, won by Bowling Green, but it's back in the zone. Ferris State possesses, taking it back. 4:20 left to play in the first period. BG with a 3-2 lead, all 3 goals in the first period. Ferris State's 2 goals all in this period, the second. The middle period, Stjernberg with the puck now, trying to get it outside. Max Martin cuts it off. Pass outside the blue line. Holden Dole gets pressed up, and Stjernberg holds possession. Pass up a little bit long for Martin. The passes haven't been as clean lately from Bowling Green. Grant, centering pass. Emerson with a tip in front, trying to wrap it around into the slot. Is taken away by Holden Dole, who takes it down to center. Bowling Green pushes the puck away. Jaden Grant to the near side. Niedermeyer on the left wing, working in. Pass all the way across. BG gets some new guys, keeps it in. Shot in. Scardina tries to lift his leg and get it out of the way, but he ends up blocking his own guy's shot. Gavin Best tries to get it outside the zone. It's going to be an icing if they can't get there. No, the Falcon will be chasing it down. Ben Wozni, outlet pass to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer up the left wing, tries to turn it back around, back to the puck. He's mugged by Christopher Lee. Lee on the near side. Pass across to Cole Birch. Cole Birch in, sliding, diving play by what looked to be Seth Fighton as he sits on that puck and the whistle blows as the referee lost track of it with 3 minutes left in the second. 3-2 Bowling Green leads. The passes for BG, especially on the outlet, has not been as clean. A couple of them have been completed clean, but in that first period, the BG dominated. Even outside of the penalties, they had clean passes. They capitalized on their couple of opportunities that they had, and they really led Ferris State pretty easily. And then in this second, it's been more even, and in fact, Ferris State has had more offensive success with their 2 goals to the Falcons' 0 in this period. Those 4 penalties also kind of plagued the Falcons. Skating a little bit tired right now. Duran, O'Hara, and Zunka back on the ice now for BG. Zunka, a Arizona Coyote or Utah Hockey Club draft pick. Scored a point today on his wraparound assist on the Ryan O'Hara goal, the 7th of Ryan O'Hara's season, the 3rd assist of Adam Zunka's season, and the 7th assist of Ben Duran's season. All on that one play. Zunka pushes the puck away. Ben Duran peels it off the boards, looking for a pass now. He turns it back at the dot, and he's mugged by Xavier Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis a little bit slow to the puck. Now he gets it down, and it's turnover. O'Hara, pass across. Duran can't hand it as he stretches out for this one. Turns it back over to Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis back up to Schlepp. Schlepp with the puck, dumps it back in the zone, hits McKinley's stick to avoid the icing. He'll look for a pass back to Pastanen. Pastanen holds on to this one. High and into the bench as that one almost hit head coach Bob Daniels of Ferris State in his final season with the Bulldogs. 2 1/4 left to play in the second. 3-2, Bowling Green on top yet again. They lead in shots on goal, 23 to 20. And it was quite a larger margin before. Shouty with the shot. I'm sorry, that was DeVita. DeVita with the shot is taken away by Bowling Green. This one passed to Foe. Waters with a good outlet pass. He wears a big hit in front. No penalty there. Pass across to Norris. Norris tries to ice it back around. Emanen leaves it back, and it is picked up by Andy Noel. Emanen puts a hit on, turns it over. DeVito looking for a pass. He'll get it to Jack Silich, who's got a goal in this game. Norris keeps it inside. I'm sorry, that was an offside warning against Bowling Green and Norris. So now they all get on sides. Now can play the puck. Emanen for the forecheck. He'll just skate off. Foe with the puck now. Under $1:40 left in the second period. 3-2 still, and the face-off will head to the other end of the ice. The other CCHA games have started and are underway. Augustana on an early lead, 1-0. Minnesota State an early lead over Michigan Tech, 2-0. And Bemidji, Northern Michigan, St. Thomas, Lake Superior State have yet to record stats in this game. Deep shot from Wozni is saved by West. Clears back around behind the goal line. Zonka takes it all the way back around. Good move by Zonka. Takes it over, backhand shot, and West gloves it. And the blue paint covers it up with the $1.24 left. Good move there to try and generate a chance. Working to the near side, turning it back around, putting his defender on skates, so to speak. That was Xavier Jean-Louis, who has been a little slow in this game. And by that I mean he's just not as quick to pucks, not as quick with decisions as we saw earlier in the year when Bowling Green played at home against Ferris State. O'Hara with the puck, still good stick work. Is forced away. Holden Dole. It out to Cole Birch. Cole Birch turns it over to Wozni in the neutral zone. Now pass up to Talian. Talian behind his own blue line up to O'Hara. O'Hara to Birch. Birch up the right wing and is mugged again by Wozni. Emerson leaves it back, is taken away by Jaden Grant. Jaden Grant in the zone on the half wall on the left wing. Under a minute left to play in the second period. 3-2 Bowling Green on top. Jaden Grant pinned up in the corner. Brody Waters now hustles in there to try and help. Holden Dole gets it wide. Crossover. Brett Foe with the shot. And that one's barely deflected by Noah West. He didn't know if he stopped it, but it cleared up into the net to stop play with 45 seconds left in the second period. Foe could have placed that shot a little bit better, but he took it from the slot area in front of Noah West from inside the left wing wheel. Ville Immonen goes into the circle. Brody Waters. And he'll try a shot right off the draw, but we get a false start against Immonen, I believe. I don't think he's going to be kicked out. Face-off wins in this zone are dangerous for the Falcons, especially for Brody Waters, who is a right-handed shooter on the left side. And off the draw, face-off win will result in what we just saw a second ago, and a shot from Brody Waters. 3-2, Bowling Green leads, 44.2 left on the clock. 45. The referees had him change it back to what it was. Immonen wins the draw. Waters takes it away, but he's getting a stick held up. Taking it all the way into the zone is Connor McGrath. Connor McGrath is mugged and dumped back. Christopher Lee a little bit late to the puck. Logan Haru leaves it for Nardicia, now takes it back. Up on the near side, pass up deep. Stover kicks it away, keeps it in play. 20 seconds left in the second period. And not the greatest period for the Falcons after a stupendous first period, especially offensively. Nardicia is knocked down to the ice. Corbet trailing. He'll get a shot at the puck now as Foe will be the first one in. Holds possession, under 5 left to play, 2-1. And that's how time will expire in the second period. Bowling Green heads into the second period 3-0, but closes out the second period 3-2. They allow a goal to Jack Silich and Andrew Knoll from Ferris State as the Bulldogs trail by 1 heading into our Mardi Gras second intermission report. And the third period between the Falcons and the Bulldogs. We'll take a step back for a few moments and bring you back for our Mardi Gras intermission report. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
You have the right to know. The right to know about culture. The right to know about the economy. The right to know about technology and to know about sports. You have the right to know about education and politics and the weather. You have the right to know what's happening abroad and in your backyard. But above all else, you have the right to know that this right is under attack, and we must work to protect it. Because in order to be free, we must be informed. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of
of that thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
BGSU women's swim and dive looks to get back in the win column against Ball State in Muncie, Indiana on Saturday, January 18th at 1 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
I'm Fuad Reves, a home builder. Did you know there's a deadly, invisible radioactive gas that can seep into homes from underground? It's radon. Breathing radon can cause lung cancer. So protect your family. Talk to your builder. Tell them you want a healthier, safer, radon-resistant home.
Learn more. Visit the EPA at epa.gov/radon. That's epa.gov/radon. This public service announcement is brought to you by the EPA, who does not endorse this particular builder or any other commercial enterprise.
This is Chaz McNeil, host of The Swoop.
And Raymond Cotis, the executive producer of The Swoop.
The Swoop is BG Falcon Media's sports talk show about all things BGSU athletics.
A rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts will join Chaz every episode to discuss BGSU sports.
After a 6-year absence, the show was revived last semester in collaboration with BG24 and Falcon Media Sports Network.
After pausing for the break, new episodes will air every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel, beginning with our first episode on Tuesday, January 28th.
Hi, Ziggy.
And stay swooping.
Back here in the Wingleben Ice Arena in Big Rapids, Michigan. Bowling Green versus Ferris State. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network. For all BGSU sports news and updates, go to bgfalconmedia.com or BG_FMSN on Twitter, and the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel for the rebroadcasts that we have of the Falcon Media Sports Network, as well as highlight packages from home and available travel events. Unfortunately, we will not have highlight package from this weekend, but both rebroadcasts will be available on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel. It's not a great period for Bowling Green in the second. I'm sorry, I meant to say that this is the Marta Crow second intermission report. Longtime BGSU fan, BGSU hockey fan, and listener of WBGU 88.1 FM. Not the greatest second period for Bowling Green. Gave up 2 goals, scored none themselves, and really the story of that second period was the penalties that truly just shot the Falcons in the foot. I mean, the first goal, or the first penalty of the period, really was assessed to the first period, but it was served a minute 55 of it in the second. That was a interference call against Ben Duran. Tommy Passanen and Brody Waters, as well as a 6 men on the ice penalty, were called later in that period, all of them occurring within the first half of that period. Bowling Green played 8 of the first 10 minutes complete without even strength, and I think, in my opinion, it took a little bit out of them. I think they were skating a little bit slow, didn't have the defense that they would like, weren't able to get the offense going as much as they would like either, and they just weren't able to generate any momentum or continue momentum from that first period, considering how many penalties they took. Logan Haru, the only penalty for Ferris State. That's a 2-minute for hooking in the first. They have yet to commit a penalty since. And the Falcons are truly lucky that Ferris State is as bad on the power play as they are. They only generated 4 shots on goal in the 6 penalties that they have been able to try goals on, 2 in the first and 4 in the second. That was truly the difference maker in this one, and one power play goal as well by Jack Silich. Very close to not being a power play goal, only a second until Tommy Passon was able to leave the box, but that was probably the most successful power play. A minute 23 of 5-on-4 before a couple of seconds of 5-on-3 before that time was elapsed. 3 shots on goal and a power play goal. The other 5 power plays combined resulted in only 1 shot on goal and no goals. So it was not a great power play performance from Ferris State, luckily enough for the Falcons, because they haven't had a very clean game to play. And amazingly enough, because the Bemidji State game that they played last week, it was the man advantage for Bemidji State that caused all the problems for Bowling Green. 7 goals scored by Bemidji last weekend, 5 of which were with a man advantage for the Beavers. 3 were with the empty net, and 2 were on the power play. So for a squad that understands how key it is to keep even strength on the ice, they haven't done a very good job of it in the first period, some in the second period certainly, and that's pretty much been the difference in this game. The 2 goals scored in the second period, Jack Silich and Andrew Knoll, both in the second period. 3:21 the Silich goal, the first of his season and career, the first point of his season and career as well. And Andrew Knoll, the first of his season as well. The junior scored 14:51 into the second, assisted by Cole Birch. Trevor Tollian and Travis Shouty assisted on the first goal for Ferris State. And then, of course, in the first period, Max Martin, Ryan O'Hara, and Vili Imonen each scored goals and gives the Falcons their 3-2 lead. So the Falcons really need to come into the third period firing. They're going to have rested legs now, something they didn't have toward the second half of that second period, which really spelled disaster for them, and why Ferris State was able to stay in the game as much as they have been. They've done a very good job in the face-off wheels, 29 wins to 25 losses. Ben Duran and Jaden Grant have led the way with that. 12-9 for Ben Duran, 10-3 for Jaden Grant. Scardina has not been great this game. Vili Imonen has not been terrific as well. They're around the 37% mark from the 2 better face-off men of those 4 players that I mentioned. Ferris State also has a couple of guys that are in above 50% in face-off winning percentage, one of them being Zach Fairmouth, who has played pretty well today. He's 6'3". He's been able to handle a lot of what the Falcon forwards have been able to throw at him. He is a senior. He is experienced. He's got 113 games played now in a Ferris State uniform. He's a Michigan native as well, around this area. Yeah, he's played a great game today, probably one of the better ones. Noah West also had a pretty much immaculate second period. He didn't really get challenged a whole lot, but he has 24 saves now and 3 goals allowed for around a .900 save percentage. Christian Stover also has 20 saves and 2 goals allowed for around a .915 save percentage for Christian Stover. Pick the stick update. Lucas Kleinmeyer sitting at 1 point with his selection of Ryan O'Hara, who's got a goal in this game. Tyler Kavlitz is tied with him. He's got to hope Stover throws a shutout for the rest of this game, because he's tied with Lucas Kleinmeyer at 1 with Stover's 2 goals allowed, taking away 2 of his 3 points that he started the game with. Nate Hinners back in the booth chose Ethan Scardina, who's got a half a point for that on the Scardina assist on the Imonen goal. And then I chose Brody Waters, and I've got nothing so far, but I got a good feeling about the third period from the Falcons and how much they're going to score. Fresh legs for Bowling Green coming into the third, and it should be a really good third period, and trying to see the adversity Bowling Green can hold off from Ferris State. We'll check around the CCHA right now. Augustana playing Lindenwood at the end of period 1. They are up 1-0. Hayden Hennon had a power play goal assisted by Colton Friesen and Brett Meerman. They lead 1-0 in their non-conference matchup against Lindenwood in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Moving over to the CCHA on CCHA matchups, Minnesota State and Michigan Tech are at the start of the second period. Minnesota State leading 3-0. Luke Ashton had a power play goal, which is the game winner as it stands right now. But Rhett Pitlick, a transfer from Minnesota, and Adam Isley also have other 2 goals late in that first period. That gives Minnesota State a 3-0 lead over Michigan Tech. For you Bowling Green hockey fans, that's a good thing to see that Michigan Tech is getting beat, because you're tied with them for third in the CCHA, and we're getting to the part of the year where the CCHA rankings really matter when it comes to having a home game. Bemidji State, Northern Michigan tied 0 apiece. Bemidji has a affinity for those defensive battles. They're at the start of the second period and still tied 0-0. Northern Michigan no longer the worst team in the NCAA. They have been rose above Mercyhurst, who is, according to RPI, the worst team in the CCHA right now. I will look up the St. Thomas, the score of the St. Thomas Lake Superior State game as well, because that is another one that started at 1. Rourke Appleby is the goaltender for Lake Superior State. He had a goaltender of the week winning performance last weekend, and he played very well. And we're looking at his play against St. Thomas today, who's got a high-powered offense. St. Thomas does. At the start of the second period, St. Thomas and Lake Superior State are tied 2-2, a high-scoring affair. We will see who scored here. Sasha Telegwin has the most recent goal for Lake Superior State. Jacob Conrad from Lake Superior State. Both goals scored in the second period. The first period, Liam Malmquist and Cage Sturzer scored for St. Thomas. So 2 in the first for St. Thomas, 2 in the second for Lake Superior State. And we are midway through the second period in Sioux Falls, Michigan. So that's where we are with those games as well. Bowling Green on top 3-2. Bemidji and Northern Michigan tied 0-0. Minnesota State on top 3-0. St. Thomas Lake Superior State tied 2-2. And Augustana on top of Lindenwood 1-0. We'll take a step back for a few moments and bring you the third period of action between Bowling Green and Ferris State. You just listened to the late Marta Crow's second intermission report and BGSU hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
We depend on our drinking water supply daily, but where does that water come from? Your water provider encourages you to get to know your local water source so together we can protect and preserve it. The investments we make as a community to protect our water source now ensure we have a sustainable drinking water supply for the future. Visit drinktap.org to learn more. This message is brought to you by the American Water Works Association and your local water provider.
Song again! Here's that song again! For the 100th time today, here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You came across someone struggling with hunger. How would you recognize them? Would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for summer break
because she may not be having lunch again until September?
Or a war veteran who's having a hard time landing
a job and getting back on his feet?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Lorfields, junior safety here at BG. My Falcon 4 favorite things for homecoming, definitely seeing some of the alumni, the big crowd, hearing them roar, the Falcon Walk pregame, getting to see more people, and then just winning the game overall and celebrating after. Go Falcons.
BGSU men's basketball travels south to face off against Miami, Ohio on Tuesday, January 21st. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Artie Abrego at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for tip-off on Falcon Radio.
Back in the Wingelben Ice Arena in Big Rapids, Michigan, Bowling Green and at Ferris State. BG leads 3-2 in the CCHA series heading into this final period of action. Hopefully, we've had back-to-back overtime games if you're a Bowling Green fan, both against Bemidji State, which frankly they shouldn't have been overtime games. The 6-on-5 has spelled disaster for the Falcons in the past. It's looking right now like they're going to get another 6-on-5 in this game because they lead 3-2 over Ferris State. What are we looking for from the Falcons in this period? Well, we're looking for them to play clean. They had 4 penalties in the second period. 8 of the first 10 minutes were with a man disadvantage, and then they had 2 penalties in the first period as well. They've played with tired legs almost all game, or at least almost all of that second period, and they really need to make sure they stay out of the box and keep it even strength, because when it's been even strength, they have played quite a sizable margin better than Ferris State in this game. Up to Brody Waters. Brody Waters pass way across to Sternberg. Sternberg dumps it in the zone. Where's a hit after he mishandles the puck? Turning it back over into the slot. Shot in front. Score! Bowling Green quick within the first minute. The whistle blows. Don't know what's happening here. It's going to be Brody Waters who got a goal, who is the pick-the-stick selection of myself. So Brody Waters with the goal. If it stands, we did have a whistle blow. I don't know why the whistle blew. Maybe a challenge coming here on the. It doesn't look like anything. Wow, that was a weird sequence of events by the referees here in Winglebin. We have an early goal from Bowling Green. They lead 4-2, similar to the Bemidji State series where they led 4-2 early in the third period, but then ended up blowing it to Bemidji State late in the third within the final 3 minutes. See if Bowling Green can hold on in this game and try to add some more on. Eargang with the shot wide right of the goal. Taking it way back around is Kaden Galt. Kaden Galt is tied up with Sternberg. Sternberg tries to slap it outside the zone. They'll get it out. Zonka chases, and he puts a hit on Andrew Knoll, who tries to keep it back in the zone. He'll put the skates on Zonka. Zonka will give a forecheck again. Rare that he's on the forecheck. Hasn't been a whole lot in this game. Kicked away from Stover, who's allowed 2 goals in this game. He's been pretty good as of late. Not his greatest game in the world. Spun out in center, taking it all the way in. O'Hara tries to cross it into the center, and it is taken away by Kaden Galt once again. Galt has been one of the better players in this game. Has the puck a lot of the time. Has had some pretty good shifts as well. Impressive stuff from Kaden Galt. Brody Waters' 12th goal of the season, 22 seconds into the period. 29 Brody Waters is going to be a big name for the Falcons in the coming years. Only a sophomore, 6'3", big body, likes to play in front of the blue paint. He got it to do the same right there, a shot and rebound chance, and he was able to fill it in front of Noah West. That's his 12th goal and his 17th total point on the season, trying to chase Ryan O'Hara, who's up to 20 points this season. Shot in, kicked away. Oh, a chance for Zach Fairmouth. Centering pass into Fighton, who knocks it over to the corner. And Fairmouth had a wide open goal, but just couldn't fill it. Sternberg put it over. Scardina takes the puck through his D zone out to center. Fighton with the stick handling through the middle, tries to get it out. Connor Brown working in, shot gloved by Stover with men in his face, and Korodiak will keep Fairmouth away. Keep thinking Fairmouth's a defenseman with how big he is. Quite fast as well. Great player, Zach Fairmouth, a senior. 113 games played for Des Moines in the USHL. Only 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points this season. Only 10 goals total in his Ferris State career, but play without the puck is his forte. Off the glass into center, Travis Chowdy, gloves, drops, and I think we're going to get an interference against a Falcon as the box opens. Who's going to... Oh, they got it wrong. 21, minor penalty for interference, says Sean Fernandez. That's Matt Corbet. So the Falcons will go on the power play, 0 for 1 so far in this game. We spoke a lot about penalties, but all being committed by Bowling Green. This is only the second of the game committed by Ferris State. Falcons on the power play. McKinley with the puck after the 1 faceoff. Feeds it over to O'Hara. O'Hara Gets it back to McKinley. McKinley on the left wing into O'Hara in the center. Slap shot high. Tries to bounce it over the goal. Waters tries to get it back out to the blue line. He can to Norris. O'Hara back to Norris. Norris on the right wing dot. Back out to O'Hara at the blue line. O'Hara playing the defenseman role. Switches sides with McKinley into Norris. Norris looking for a one-timer slap shot. Now McKinley will get it, and it's blocked. He'll have to chase this one back down in the D zone and hold on as there's pressure from Nico DeVita, the defenseman. Now he'll skate off and go for a change as he was forechecking there. Norris through center up to Duran. Duran up the left wing. Turns it back around toward the blue line, looking for a pass. He gets it to Sternberg. Sternberg had a power play goal in the last series against Bemidji State. Now in, feeds it to Emanen. Emanen on the right wing, back to Sternberg in the center. Back to Emanen, working into the right wing now, on top of the wheel. Now Sternberg. Sternberg across to Duran. Duran looking his way in, working in through the center. He's being defended pretty well. Penalty kill for Ferris State. Looks good on this one at least. Duran across to Sternberg. Sternberg back out to the point. He beats his man. Shot in front, kicked away. It's all the way to the back wall, taken by Nico DeVito, who will take this one up with 40 seconds left in the power play. Tries to turn it over. Xavier Jean-Louis with the puck will dump it in. Enough for one more drive for Bowling Green, so they got one more shot at this. Sternberg with the puck. 4-2. Bowling Green leads 16-10. Left to play in the third period. Scardina tries to peel it off the boards, get it to another brown jersey. 15 seconds left. Back out to Wozni at the point. Wozni, middle point, back across on top of the left wing. Back to Wozni, now to the right wing. Niedermeyer to the center. Pasnin, left wing, shot in, saved by West, knocked to the glass, and it clips the netting. And full strength for Ferris State as Matt Gorbet comes out of the box. So 0 for 2 on the power play is Bowling Green. 1 for 6 on the power play is Ferris State. Waters' goal has not yet been given an assist. I'm assuming that's because it is unassisted. It was a rebound, so it hit the pad of the goaltender, number 31, Noah West. Emerson to Passanen. Passanen shot in, deflected in front. Grant was there, perfectly placed to get a chance, but it was taken away by what looked to be Trevor Talian, who forced him down to the back wall. Now Grant puts a revenge hit on. Tries to turn the puck over. It's tipped out to the near side. Gavin Best pressed up against the boards, trying to get it back out to the point. Andrew Knoll, who has a goal in this game. Shot is let go to the back wall by Stover. Back out to the blue line, and again, the Bulldog defensemen have a hard time guarding that blue line as it exits back out. A hit put on, forced down to the ice. Sternberg might have got away with a tripping call there as he forced his guy to the ice with the stick. Now Max Martin taking it out through the center. He's got the first goal in this game. Working it in, takes it into center, and West shuts that one off. Pretty good backhand chance for Max Martin. Shades of his first goal, fourth of the season. Emanen's fourth goal of the season occurred today as well. All 3 goals for the Falcons occurring in the first. Shot goes wide. Sternberg with the puck. Beaver tapping for that one. Slapping on the ice, calling for the puck. Niedermeyer across. Turns it over. A horrible pass. Scardino with a shot, and it's kicked away by West. Knocked up into center. Parker and McKinley are there. McKinley will dump it into the zone inside of the center line to avoid the icing. Pass across to Eargang. Eargang to Emanen. Emanen with good stick work. Pass across into center. Foe, his pass is deflected. It could have been a breakaway there for Ferris State if they turned it back around, but instead it's a 2-on-3. Foe with a shot in front. West shut it off. And Waters was there as well, trying to get another goal. Pick the stick update. Tyler Kavlitz, Lucas Kleimeyer, and I each tied at 1 apiece. Ethan Scardina has a half a point for Nate Hinners. That was his selection. Tyler chose Christian Stover, who's allowed 2 goals in this game. That's 1 point. Ryan O'Hara's got a goal. Brody Waters has got a goal for me. Shot from the Falcons, back around to the blue line. Eric Parker dumps it back in the zone. Foe to Emanen. Emanen leaves it back for Foe. Foe takes it around the wheel, back out to the blue line. He's being pressed up harsh. And trying to force it away is Logan Haru. Finally can. Connor Brown across, breakaway now, odd man rush for Ferris State, shot, rebound, chance, and he scores. Zach Fairmouth, second goal of the season for Ferris State. Third goal of the game for the Bulldogs as they only trail by 1 now against the Falcons. We'll take a step right now and try and figure out who the assists are. We'll take station identification real quick. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Bowling Green wins the faceoff, back into their zone. Tommy Pasten leaves it back up. That is exactly why they say the 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, because now it's back down to 1. One shot turns it back around, ties the game up back where we were. Turnover in the zone, another shot. Matt Corbet is left up in the air. That puck was tumbling end over end on top of Stover. Is knocked down out of the air. Nardicia back up to Knoll. Shot in is saved by Christian Stover. Stover with 3 goals allowed in this game now. Corbet is pressed up. Shot up, turnover. Andrew Knoll takes it into the zone. Another shot. Glove saved by Stover, and he'll shut the play down. Zach Fairmouth with the goal. Assist by Jack Silich. So Silich, who came in the game with only 6 games played and no points, has 2 points in this game, a goal and an assist. The first goal and the first assist of the freshman's career with Ferris State. He's had a very good game today. And there's going to be a whistle here and a stoppage. And I think we're going to get a false start as they stop play. Maybe a breakout chance for Bowling Green gets rejected. But nothing really after the whistle blew. 4-3, Bowling Green on top by 1. 12:53 left to play in the third. Time of the goal by Fairmouth, 6:18. I said in our Marta Crow second intermission report how well he's played. He's had some good shifts. He got rewarded there for it on that slap shot from the left wing. Martin takes it into the zone. Schlepp gets bullied. Back, centering pass, taken away. Ferris State takes it up over the middle. BG's doing a good job of forcing them off the boards. Travis Schaude leaves it in. Gavin Best is supposed to chase, but now Schaude will be the one. Centering pass out to the blue line. Talian leaves it across. Ferris State another shot in, blocked at the point by Max Martin. He's pressured in. Couple of sticks down there on the ice. Getting it outside of the zone, and icing will be the call against the Falcons. They will not get a change, but they'll get new sticks for sure. Goals for Falcons: Max Martin, Ryan O'Hara, Ville Emanen, and Brody Waters. Goals for Bulldogs: Jack Silich, Andrew Knoll, and Zach Fairmouth. One assist as well for Jack Silich. He's the leading scorer in this game for either team. Pancaked up the ice, giving chases Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer caught behind the defender. Pass over into the center. Caden Galt to Tyler Schlepp. Schlepp's chance was wide right. Back out to the blue line. Taken in again. Nardicia's shot is saved by Stover. Stover is iced by Nardicia. And Stover's talking a little bit to Nardicia as he's pressed away by Seth Fighton. A little bit of a dirty play by Nardicia as Pasanen is pressing up now. No hand in the air yet, and we're just getting pleasantries exchanged as Tyler Schlepp was forced away. That was not a dirty play, but not a play that you pull in the game of hockey, to ice the goalie like that, to spray him with snow. We're not going to get any penalties, I don't believe. Tyler Schlepp still talking. Christian Stover not happy with that either. Oh, we are going to get a minor penalty to number 3, Logan Haru, for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's the second play of the power play of the game or the third power play of the game for the Falcons, the second penalty on Haru. I wonder if he said some unforgivable words. He doesn't know what he did. He's upset about it. Bob Daniels seems like he's letting it go. And the Falcons will have another opportunity to put a goal on the board. 0 for 2 on the power play today. Ryan O'Hara in the wheel with the power play crew on there for the Falcons. McKinley to Norris. Norris right wing, back to McKinley in the center. Out to O'Hara. O'Hara with the puck. Willie said this week in the press conference, a confident player, and that's why he's got some puck luck as of late. 7 goals in the last 6 games, including his goal today. This one gloved by Noah West and dropped down with 15 seconds expired on the power play. Must score power play for the Falcons, not to give them the lead, but to extend their lead, because it's only a 1-goal game right now with 11:34 left to play in the third. And the way Ferris State's been playing and the way Bowling Green has been playing, the way this game has been going, it can go either way very fast. Slap shot from Norris. That was a wicked slap shot, but it was blocked. DeVita dumps it in. Stover will put his stick out to stop it. O'Hara will take it with DeVita on the forecheck. Forechecking defensemen a lot is this Ferris State team. Trying to get those forwards back as much as possible. Shouty back across. They're actually playing 3 defensemen right now. DeVita playing up almost in a forward role on the forecheck right now. Noel back. Talian actually playing 4 defensemen is Ferris State. O'Hara is knocked down to the ice, and he's still down. The whistle blows, and Emanen is going to take exception as he's jawing a little bit. Pressed up against the boards now. Penalty still is being enforced. 1:06 left to Logan Haru, and we're going to get more pleasantries being exchanged at the end of that as the captain, Ryan O'Hara, was smacked down to the ice by Andrew Knoll. We'll see here if anything comes of it. I don't believe they will. Haru's standing up in the box. Don't know why. There's a minute left in his penalty. 10:55 left to play in the third. Referee is still sorting some things out. Boxes aren't opening, so no penalties, which is a good sign for Bowling Green as they've already had 6 in this game. I think they stopped play because O'Hara was still down on the ice after the big hit by Andrew Knoll. Scardina across. Sternberg with the puck. Will leave it back. Sauces it up to Duran. Duran through center. Pass across through the middle and is taken away by Caleb Eargang. Eargang up. Shot into Stover. Stover gloves drops and then gloves right back up as Nardicia again is in there on Stover. And he's been getting a little tight with some of the Bowling Green players and the netminder for BG. 50 seconds left in the power play. It'll be a face-off to the left of Stover. Four to 3, Bowling Green on top. Big power play for them if they're able to fill a goal. Give themselves a 2-goal lead again. It is slightly better than 1. But you don't want to play like it's anything different than a tie game. Sure, Willie would be the first one to tell you that. Face-off 1, handed back to Wozni. Woz takes it up on the right wing. Looking to leave it back, his back to the O-zone. Now Norris will dump it up as he's getting pressed by Zach Fairmouth. A little bit of a miscue there on the stick handling. Out to Wozni. Wozni tries to keep it in the zone, and it's iced back down with under 30 seconds. Last drive for the Falcons now. They're going to have to play this like they've got a little bit of time requirement as we're halfway through the final period. O'Hara takes it up. Pass to the left wing. Tries to center it. It's kicked away by Noah West with the stick. And another icing back down. That'll put the ice on the third power play opportunity for Bowling Green. Turning it over in the zone. Cole Birch. Slap in. Jean-Louis in at the blue line now. Shot in front. Turning it all the way back around. Trying to cut off the goal is Stover. He gets back onto the threatened side. Paston presses Birch into the boards. Turn back around. Sternberg chasing the puck. Ferris State with the puck now. Jean-Louis into Birch. Birch on the left wing. Back to Jean-Louis. Shot in. Blocked by Paston. Another chance in front, and it never got to Silver as it was blocked by a Falcon defenseman. Jean-Louis with the puck. Gives a bump to Zonka. Now back across to Foe. Foe's just trying to get it outside of the zone. Good stick work. Takes it over to the inside. Now back out to the left wing. Working his way all the way in. This is what Foe excels at right here. Shot by against Noah West, I should say. First one there is going to be Jaden Grant. Jaden Grant tries to wrap it around. Shot. Oh, wide right. He had an open goal if he went top shelf. Quinn Emerson with the puck now. Tries to get it outside the blue line. Fakes it. Goes back to Grant behind the goal line. Now a shot in. Lee Back around, Jean-Louis gets pressed up. He gets forced down to the ice by Jaden Grant. Grant's in there, looking to get the puck free. Falcons in the O-zone. 8:30 left to play in the third period. 4-3 Bowling Green on top. BG looking to get it back out to the blue line to Wozni. Wozny's open, but Ferris State comes up with the puck now and tries to force it up the ice. Wozni will hold on and let Ferris State go for a change. He'll try to force it up. Martin touched it outside of the center line. Falcons will give a forecheck, and Seth Fighton will put a hit on. Turns it over in the zone. Tyler Schlepp with the puck. Passanen with the puck now. Turns it over. Caden Galt shot high of the goal. That was a chance and a half for Caden Galt. Passanen, as he lost this puck, tries to get it outside the zone. He can. Eargang, whistle, offsides against Ferris State, and that'll shut the play down with 7:43 left to play in the third. BG clinging to a 4-3 lead. We'll take a step back from the action. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. At Children International, we know that the journey to end poverty for good begins first with a child. It starts with their first checkup, lesson, opportunity, job. That journey takes commitment from people like you and me to end poverty for good. Learn more at children.org.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Four to 3, BG on top of Ferris State in their home barn, the Wigglebin Ice Arena in Big Rapids, Michigan. Bowling Green are on top again. Like I said, 4 to 3. Ben Kreik here from the Falcon Media Sports Network for the recap of today's game and all BGSU hockey and other sport content. Go to bgfalconmedia.com or BG_FMSN on Twitter and the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel for all of our video content and rebroadcasts as well. Ferris State won this faceoff in Central Ice. It'll be taken back around by Norris. Norris in his own zone. Cross centering pass. Oh, what a chance. Crashing in was Connor Brown. Dumps back in the zone. Niedermeyer with the forecheck. Pushes Fairmouth into the boards. Turns it back over to Jack Silich. Silich to Shouty. Shouty takes it up the left wing. Tries to pass. Niedermeyer tries to get outside the blue line. He gets it to Scardina. Scardina is looking for a forward pass up. It's just a little bit long. Now this pass is long from Ferris State, and we'll get an icing against the Bulldogs. 7 minutes left to play in the third period. Bowling Green with a 3-goal first period. Max Martin, Ryan O'Hara, and Ville Emanen looked like they were going to run away with the game, but the second period they had some penalty trouble. 4 penalties in the first 10 minutes. Jack Silich and Andrew Knoll scored goals in that second period. BG headed into the third with a 3-2 lead. Scored one early by Brody Waters. First 22 seconds of the game, of the third period, I should say. The gameplay resuming. And Zach Fairmouth with a goal just a few moments ago at the 6:18 mark. He scored his second of the season and brought the Ferris State to within one again. 6:41 left to play in the third period. Bowling Green with the puck now. Tommy Passanen takes it up the right side in his own zone. Now into central. Dumps it up. It's going to go around the horseshoe, and that's going to be another icing against Bowling Green. The Falcons skating with their hands on their knees a little bit, so a bad icing to take there as The guys are going to have to get back on the ice, and they're not going to get a change. Pretty good game, all things considered, between these two squads. A dominant first for the Falcons, a dominant second for the Bulldogs, and pretty fair third here. Wozni goes high off the glass and out of the zone. And it'll be touched by Ferris State. They're going to try and avoid the icing again. DeVita tries to get it up. Emanen keeps it in. It's going to be iced back around by Christopher Lee. Birch gets a stick on this one, knocks it down in his own zone. Pass up through neutral ice. Cross-court pass. Gavin Best is pressed up. Big hit by Sternberg. Waters takes it up the right side. Pass across, open, into the middle. Noah West shuts it off. Stepped out of the blue paint a little bit. Kept in the zone inside the blue line, and now Ferris State will ice it back across. Gavin Best taking it up the left side, looking for a pass. Works it in. Back to Best. Best is saved by Stover, who tries to wrap it up. Another shot, wide right. And that'll go up into the netting, and that'll be another stoppage of play with 5:43 left to play in the third. Around the CCHA update, Northern Michigan on top of Bemidji State 2-0 now. Jacob Altrichter, 2 goals in the second period, 7:38 and 11:31. One unassisted, one assisted by Graydon Slippick. Minnesota State on top 4-1 in Michigan Tech. Steven Sardarian and Jacob Stender are the only goals in the second period, one for each squad. Minnesota State leads by 3. Another shot in, beautiful save by Christian Stover, who looked like he got a fingernail on that one. Quinn Emerson up the right side, taking it all the way in on the boards. He's pressed up against now. The puck is still there. BG, the brown jerseys, looking in, trying to get it out. Bulldogs in their own zone, trying to do the same. Back around. Now there's a chance in the center. First one there should be Sternberg, as he will touch this one after he crosses the goal line. Looking for a pass into Max Martin. Max Martin in the 3-on-3 up, and he'll just dump it and go for a change, as Jaden Grant was the only centerman that was on. Martin Emerson off. Jaden Grant off now, as Seth Fighton will go up on the forecheck. BG playing 3 guys on the goal line, trying to prevent as much as possible. Like a 1-1-2, a guy on the forecheck, a guy on the offensive blue line, and 2 guys on the goal line. Andrew Knoll across, slap shot in front. BG, oh, what a save by Christian Stover to knock it away with the stick. Back across, Knoll can't keep it in. Fighting, racing all the way down to Andrew Knoll. He gains position, but it'll be fielded and knocked back. Ferris State dumps it into the zone. That's into the Falcon bench, actually, with 4:24 left to play in the third. BG leads 4-3, and we'll get a face-off in neutral ice yet again. Coming down to crunch time, coming down to the time where Ferris State and Bob Daniels will have to start making a decision on when they want to pull the goalie. I think it's about 2 minutes at this point in the 1-goal game. If the Falcons score again, it's going to have to be as soon as possible, as we're about the 4-point mark. Or 4-minute mark, I should say. Up to Matt Corbet. Corbet up the right side, a right winger on the 4th line. 2 goals, 3 assists this season. Dumps it in, tries to hold it in, actually. But the Falcons dump it into the O-zone, and it'll be another icing against the Falcons. Want to know the amount of icings we've had in this period, because it has been a lot. Christian Stover, 35 saves, 3 goals allowed for 921 save percentage. Noah West, 31 saves, 4 goals allowed for an 886 save percentage in this game. And I think Bowling Green's going to use a timeout, and that they are. And I think that timeout is going to be wisely used by Willie to get a talking to his guys, settle them down, and maybe a fresh couple of guys on the ice as well, as they are pretty tired right now. We'll take a step back just for a second, run one promo. 4-3 Bowling Green leads, and the final moments of the third period. Bowling Green, Ferris State, WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Gymnastics looks for their first win of the season as they travel north to face Central Michigan on Friday, January 17th at 7 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
4-3, Bowling Green on top. still talking it over at their bench. They're going to skate away as Willie was trying to settle his guys down. Knoll, Best, Birch, and Dole, the forward lines. Knoll and Christopher Lee, the defensive line. Noah West in the goal now for Ferris State, but the question is, how long is he going to be in the goal? I'm sure Bob Daniels told him. Face-off won by Ferris State. Takes it behind the goal line, being pressed up. BG's the first guys there. Jaden Grant with the puck now. He's being pressed up again. Gavin Best working in there as well. Sternberg forces a guy to the ice, trying to get the puck free. It's back to Grant. Grant wasting more time. 3:40 left to play in the third period. West has not made a move yet. Max Martin. And a breakout here for Quinn Emerson. Emerson dumps it on the right side. Comes down the right wing. He's being pressed up again. Tries to gain position, but Andrew Knoll will be the first one there. Maybe has had the best game of any player wearing red and gold today for Ferris State. Any Bulldog has a goal in this game and some great shifts as well. Played a lot of the game as a defenseman. Tries to wrap it around as Gavin Best. He's being held onto a little bit by Ben Wozni. Wozni pushes him now to the ice. Puck in front, finally iced back around. West looks like he's going to make a move. Shot over and gloved by Stover. It's going to be a face-off in their zone, and we'll see if West makes a move towards the bench with 3 minutes left in the third. Looks like the only move he's going to make is to grab some water, as he's still around there in the crease. It would be a little bit early for Bob Daniels to pull the goalie. An experienced head coach, 33rd season with Ferris State, the winningest head coach in Ferris State athletics history. Another shot is gloved by Stover, and he'll shut it down again. Just sets a break for a couple of his guys as Bowling Green will go for a forward line change. Eamonen's line off, and what looks to be Jaden Grant's line on of Grant, Martin, and Emerson, who's played very well in this game. Max Martin with the first goal of the game. So that line has scored. Shouty shot in. BG takes it away. Jaden Grant up the right wing. Now over into the center in the O-zone finally, and Ferris State takes it away. Pushing it down the left wing. Tyler Schlepp is there, but it will never get there. Gustav Sternberg with a shot, gloved by Noah West. I don't know if that was the smartest decision in the world, as you're going to have a face-off in the zone. If the Falcons possess for a decent amount of time, you're wasting time. You could get the goalie out. But 4-3, Bowling Green on top. 2:40 left. Sternberg heads off. Parker and Wozni on. Scardina, Duran, and O'Hara. So they're going with some pretty smart players out there. Duran maybe the least of which, gets a lot of penalties, but is a 200-foot player to say the least. He's the epitome of playing end-to-end. This one goes off the glass, off the netting, and out of play, so we'll get another face-off in, but this one is in the D zone of the Falcons. 2:30 left. West not making any moves yet. 37 saves now for Stover, who has still been great, maybe not as good as he was those couple of games and against the Lake Superior State series when he only had one goal allowed, but he's still been one of the best goaltenders in the league over the last couple of weeks and the last month or so as well. Pass out to the blue line. Shot in is blocked by Foe, who got on his knee for that one. Christopher Lee ices it all the way back down. West has not made a move yet, and there's 2 minutes left in the third period. We'll see if they move him as soon as the clock hits 2:00. Eamonen up off the glass, trying to get it outside the zone. Foe puts a hit on. Eamonen trying to get it wide. He's battling with two other Bulldogs. Nardicia with the puck now. He's pressed up. Oh, that could have been a holding as he kind of spun the guy around. Foe with the puck now. BG looking for the puck in their own zone. Turns it over. Nardicia up the left wing, working their way in. West still in the goal. Stover in the goal as well, looking to get it around, losing the stick, turning it over. Sternberg lackadaisically skates up, gets it inside the O-zone of the Falcons. Foe wears a hit, clears it over into the center. The Falcons will go for a change. 1.5 minutes left. West is hurrying up his guys so he can get off. Nico DeVita is just camped out behind the goal with the puck. Now West is looking like he's going to make a move as soon as they get it into the O-zone. Now they do. Shouty dumps it in. Stover stops the puck, looking to play it Tries to get it around. He's still outside of the goal. Gets it all the way back down into central ice, but Fairmouth will be the first one there. Back around 6 skaters for Ferris State. This was disastrous for the Falcons in the Bemidji State Series. Let's see if they can hold on here. 57 seconds left in the third period. 4-3, Bowling Green leads. Parker with the puck in the neutral zone. Still battling for it. Gavin Best and Zach Fairmouth in there as well. Birch is pushed away. Ryan O'Hara with the puck, battling for it with the captain. Travis Shouty is dumped into the Ferris State end. 40 seconds left to play in the third period. Ferris State still with the puck through their own slot, now into neutral ice. Taking it all the way in. Dalton Norris with the puck. Tries to ice it all the way back around to the brown jersey. BG looking to get it across. Ethan Scardina taking it up through center. Tries to put it in the empty net, but a beautiful block by Travis Shouty with the stick. Scardina behind the goal. Shouty turns it back over. BG with 3 guys back. Ferris State with 3 guys forward. 15 seconds left to play in the game. Gavin Best down the left wing looking for a pass. Takes it behind the goal line. Centering. What a chance for Zach Fairmouth, but it goes wide. Niedermeyer can't hold it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is going to be the game. Bowling Green on top, 4-3 as they close it out in the 6-on-5 empty net for Ferris State at the very end. Beautiful chance for Zach Fairmouth, but he couldn't fill it. That was the last-ditch effort for Ferris State. Bowling Green wins 4-3 in the home barn of Ferris State for the first win of the weekend and 3 more points in the CCHA. We'll unpack it in a few moments, but soak in the victory. Bowling Green 4-3 win. We'll talk to you in postgame in a few moments. You're listening to BGSU Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Women's Heart is in a race to save lives. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It's 80% preventable if you know the facts. Millions of women are living with or at risk of heart disease. Get educated. See your doctor. Know the facts. To win this race, we all have to do it together. Our hearts beat as one. To learn more, visit womenheart.org.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Falcon Media Sports Network is finally back on the road with BGSU Hockey. Make sure to catch the voice of Falcon Hockey, Ben Korak, on the call for every BGSU game this season on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Bowling Green holds on in the rival arena to win 4-3 and take 3 points in the CCHA. Again, 4-3. Bowling Green on top. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network in Big Rapids, Michigan, at the home of the Ferris State Bulldogs. It was a great first period for Bowling Green. Not the greatest second period, but they played even with Ferris State in the third, and most importantly, were able to hold off the 6-on-5 to end up winning at the end on the final last-ditch chance from Zach Fairmouth that wasn't able to fill. Scoring summary, Max Martin scored 2:07 into the first on an unassisted slap shot from in the middle. Ryan O'Hara had a goal just a minute later, assisted by Adam Zonka and Ben Duran. Ville Imanen scored a goal, the third of the game, and the Falcons took a 3-0 lead. Ethan Scardina and Breck McKinley scored assists on that goal. In the second period, the Falcons did not score, but Ferris State sure did. They had 2 goals. Jack Silich and Andrew Noel each scored goals in that period. Silich's was a power play, the only power play goal for either side in this game. On what looks to be 9 total penalties combined with both sides, and only 1 power play goal, so the defense prevailed for both sides. Brody Waters with a goal assisted by Brett Foe and Gustav Stjernberg. Stjernberg's point streak continues, and Zach Fairmouth with the extra goal at the end for Ferris State. Actually, before halfway through that third period, Jack Silich and Connor Brown with the assisters on that one. That's how we finished the game. No more scoring after that one. We'll do pick the stick right here while I'm thinking about it. Ryan O'Hara got 1 goal in today's game, which means he got 1 point for Lucas Kleinmeyer, who was the pick the stick selection. Christian Stover, unfortunately, gave up 3 goals. That means he scored 0 points in today's game, so Tyler Kavlitz cannot win. Ethan Scardina got 2 assists, I believe, in today's game. I'm going to look that up and make sure, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Scardina had 2. No, he only had 1, so a half a point for Nate Hinners, our board op today, and I had 1 point with Brody Waters. So it looks like Lucas and I tied once again at 1-1. I don't think I'm going to give either of us a win for that. So nobody gets a win today for Pick the Stick, but O'Hara and Waters each have 1 point. Stover has 0, and Scardina has half a point. Nate Hinners, I'm sorry, you are still yet to win in all the games that you board opt for Bowling Green hockey. Some shots on goal, Bowling Green led, and Christian Stover had another very good game. 39 saves, 3 goals allowed for 929 save percentage. That save percentage is probably going to go down amazingly because of the 929 save percentage effort today, and the goals allowed is certainly going to go up, but still outstanding play from Stover as of late. Noah West didn't have a bad game, but didn't have a great game. Some early blunders for him cost him 4 goals allowed and 32 total saves for an 889 save percentage. Not a lot of tests in the third period, but the Falcons were playing with a couple of guys back a lot of the time, and he wasn't just challenged very much. Ferris State had 2 guys that really stood out to me as having the best shifts. On the forward end, Zach Fairmouth, I believe, played a very good game, not just because he scored a goal, but he played with physicality and was able to shut down a lot of the Falcon defenders. He had a great chance at the very end to put one in and fanned on it a little bit, but that's a great game for Zach Fairmouth today. He had a goal. That's his 4th point of the season, not a high scorer, but a very power forward-esque player. And then another one, Andrew Noel. I said that in the second period as well. He scored his goal in the second. It's the first goal of the season for him and the 2nd point, only the 4th goal of his career with Ferris State. Not a high-scoring defenseman, but he played very good shifts today as well and ate a lot of the time for the defenseman of Ferris State. Player of the game from Bowling Green is going to have to be Brody Waters with the game-winning goal, assisted by Brett Foe and Gustav Stjernberg. He did have the game winner for his 12th goal of the season and his 17th total point, playing on the second line today with Ville Immonen and Brett Foe. He played a pretty good game today as well. Max Martin played a very good game today as well after being scratched in the second Bemidji State game. He played very well. Ryan O'Hara continues his point and goal streak, now 7 goals in the last 6 games, and Ville Immonen with a goal today as well. That's his 4th of the season and his 11th total point. So that is the scoring of today's game. Again, player of the game, Brody Waters with the game-winning goal. We went over Pick the Stick. Special thank you to Lucas Kleinmeyer, Tyler Kavlitz, and Rick Rowe for sponsoring our away travel, including Nate Hinners, who's back in the booth board-opping for us today. Upcoming broadcasts from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Men's basketball plays against Eastern Michigan at home on tomorrow at 2 p.m. Artie Abrego and Andrew Smith on the call. 1:45 for pregame on Falcon Radio. Women's basketball will play Northern Illinois tomorrow at 7 p.m. at home. Caden Knapp and Sam Morris will be on the call at 6:45 for pregame on this station, WBGU, and then our game will be on Falcon Radio, unfortunately, tomorrow, again here in Ferris State. Saturday, tomorrow, 7 p.m. I will be on the call again, and then I'll preview next week as well. Men's basketball plays at Miami on Tuesday at 7. Tyler Kavlitz and Artie Abrego will be on the call, Falcon Radio. Women's basketball plays at home against Western Michigan next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Lucas Kleinmeyer, Reese Patrikas on the call at 6:45 for pregame on WBGU, and then we will have an Augustana home series, a really big one next weekend, Friday at 7:37 and Saturday at 7:07. I will be on the call. I think Lucas Kleinmeyer is going to join me for one of them 15 minutes before game time on both of those games on WBGU 88.1 FM. So again, tune in tomorrow on Falcon Radio for Bowling Green versus Ferris State, the second of the 2-game series, and see if Bowling Green can't come away with another 6 points, or 3 points tomorrow and 6 points total in the CCHA. Actually, before we go, we'll do around the CCHA as well and make sure that Michigan Tech is losing. They are currently still losing to Minnesota State 4-1. Luke Ashton, Rhett Pitlick, and Adam Isley scored goals for Minnesota State in the first. Steven Stardarian, a great forward for Michigan Tech, scored in the second period, as well as Jacob Stender, and we're at the end of the second intermission, and no more scoring from Minnesota State, who leads 4-1 in their home barn. Northern Michigan on top of Bemidji State still at the start of the third. Jacob Altrichter, both goals. They seem to come in bunches for Northern Michigan because Ryan Duguay scored 4 last week, the only 4 goals Northern Michigan scored last week, and now Altrichter has both for Northern Michigan this week in their shutout effort currently over Bemidji State. Lake Superior State is trailing St. Thomas in Lake Superior State's barn 4-3. Luke Leyland scored the most recent goal in overtime, assisted by Mason Pullman, and that's going to be the win for St. Thomas. So they take an overtime win over Lake Superior State, who's had pretty much a collapse since the Bowling Green series that we had up in the Sioux. Jake Burkini for St. Thomas also had a goal in there. The game tire, Brandon Piku had a goal since the last time we spoke, and then 2 goals in the second by Lake Superior, and 2 goals in the first by St. Thomas. Bowling Green, of course, won 4-3, and Lindenwood now on top of Augustana 2-1. Hayden Hennon, as we said, scored on the power play in the first period. Ty Hipkin and Christoph Papp scored on the power play in the second period for Lindenwood, who leads at the second intermission 2-1. So that's around the CCHA. Bowling Green takes 3 points, and it's looking pretty good, like they're going to rise in the standings above Michigan Tech for the next day. And if they take 3 points tomorrow, they could possibly rise above Augustana as well. I'm Ben Korak with the Falcon Media Sports Network. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for BGSU hockey.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.